Okay, hold on. Outer Wasteland production should be live. We're live.
Oh, it is live.
Mute.
Yes.
Don't let me hear
So
myself.
hello.
We're live. We're
Thank you
on the
so
starting
much, Zero.
screen. I fought with had to fight with OBS again.
I hope you know it, and I really appreciate it.
Let's fight OBS and back and forth.
Yes. Okay. If anything is wrong, it is not my responsibility. People in chat will have to tell me.
Yep.
That's not exactly true, but you know what I mean. Alright, everyone, we are back in space. I don't care. At 51 plus people, fuck it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, every time it's like, hey, going over. It's like, yes. Do you forget? I own you.
A thing Hatter says literally every time I say that.
Every time, literally every time, because it happens literally every time, and I don't know how to fix it.
Also, I don't know what Let Chaos Begin entails, but if I get enough channel points during this session, I'm gonna fucking do it.
Oh no. So chaos, let chaos ensue is randomize my build. Like whatever game I'm playing, if it's a build, you randomize the build, and I have to play with it for a while.
What does Gremlin mode mean?
Oh, the art
VTuber
I have
go
of the
burr.
Jester. Yeah, the Jester. Someone on Twitter drew in their style. The way they drew him is very gremlin-y, and it's very much he shows up and goes, "Give me your kneecaps," and so I'm just like, "That's gremlin mode." You changed my avatar for now.
I need to see this. Can you send this to me? I want to see.
Yeah. Need to find it.
Okay, I think I've pinged everywhere.
I'm gonna send
I
this.
appreciate you so much, Zero.
I'm sending this to my friend who only likes 5e.
I'm muting that. Because that'll be heard on the stream if I don't.
I just did a hot take the other day about 5e.
Yeah.
God.
Oh, did we ever figure out how much yo-yos weigh and cost?
I assume light bulk cost. I don't fucking know.
So, because you're not using a yo-yo, you're using like a yo-yo that's like heavy enough. Yeah, battle yo-yo, something heavy enough to be used as a weapon.
Yeah,
so...
a lot of weapons are light bulk, however.
Are they?
Repost my
I am like pretty sure my fan is light bulk. Yeah, my fan is light bulk.
In that case, all right. In that case, yeah, let's do light bulk.
Yeah. Because toy wooden bandlaw is negligible bulk, and a shuriken is also negligible bulk, but it's barely.
Yeah, let's do light. Yeah, let's do light bulk. Light bulk.
What price does a yo-yo have?
Would you like the reference of my fan?
What's your fan?
11 silver.
So, I was thinking 2 silver for a regular yo-yo, and then 2 gold for a battle yo-yo. 2 gold? Yes, because it's an uncommon item. Like, it's a rare.
Yeah, you know what? 2 gold. Let's just say that and move on.
Jesus fucking Christ.
There's a lot of weapons that cost gold.
I am aware. I think my fucking longbow does. My longbow is 6 gold, so fair enough.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks, Dancing Spy.
I'll write that down.
Have I put messages everywhere? I think I have.
You have posted it in the art chat. Oh wait, no, maybe you did. I have shield pics. Oh, it was so. No. Yeah, you did put a shield in the art chat. You didn't post it. You might have posted it in the chat. You did.
Here's the funny thing. I'm dancing like the fucking spy after crashing the ship, but following directly behind them is the fucking pyro, but with with Hanu's fucking face, just ready to fucking blast you.
I'm going to rip your fucking spine out. Okay, well, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be happy to grab something to quickly nom on while I'm here. I will be back.
I said this to Zero, like earlier. But whenever I am like getting into the character of Dive or just playing Dive, I feel myself actually become Gremlin. Like I act more fucking chaotic.
I'm in Gremlin mode.
I be able to cause mischief.
Hi, Princess.
Because I imagine not a lot of people would make bad yo-yos.
Why the fuck did you just add everyone, Ellen?
That's what I was thinking.
Because I wanted to show what I had. So how did that talk about? Okay. Now to buy the biggest damage die gun I can find.
Princess, may you have a recap? There will be one when we start.
Anyway, everyone who needs it, get your food, get your water, make sure you've taken your pills.
I have a nice cup of tea, and I took my medication earlier. Thank you.
Well done.
Hell yeah.
I'm cutting down on sugar, so now I'm going from 2 sugar to 1 sugar. Also, Dive crashed the ship.
That hasn't happened.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Also, if you drop a yo-yo, instead of falling on the floor, it is attached to your finger, so it moves with you. You still have to spend an action to get it back, because you didn't do the
But you won't leave it behind?
But you won't leave it behind.
No, instead
I think that makes sense.
You with it. You go forward instead. You go to the floor.
This is another item that has this in the description. But yeah. But yeah, it's the same action to pick it back up.
Sam Matter Spencer.
I'm just looking through all of my favorite gifts, and then I'm just gonna get rid of the ones that are good shit. This one doesn't work. This one's a favorite.
I just have a folder of just a bunch of gifts, and a lot of them are just completely out of context.
I have a bunch of reaction images that are completely out of context. But, I have a few favorites.
You get Anna?
Let me
They had some money.
for chat, so you know, the channel redeems are basically on pause while the Pathfinder 2 game is going. If you want me to fuck up the party, you need to donate bits. That is going to be a new thing that we're going to start doing this game, and that'll be part of the when we start. We will describe all the things that are happening.
So if you want to spend money, spend it correctly for the current context.
Correct.
Wait, I've never seen. Please don't ever save these onto my computer and not just on my phone. Damn it. Let's hope I still have it on my phone. I should do. I don't think I can. It's not. Yes!
Let me look at all these fucking gifts y'all put into chat. Smarty, have you seen the Dr. Lively walk with the Pathfinder? Oh, with the TF2?
I've seen a lot of Dr. Lively memes.
Yeah. But the one with the one with
the one with the actual models or the drawn one?
No, the actual models with the heavy being Dr. Lively is so fucking good.
Both of them are so good.
Yeah, they're so fucking good. The lively meme is like survived the internet longer than expected.
They just fucking exploded.
Yeah, it's lasted way longer than expected.
It's a massive chat energy.
Put some Matt vibes tonight. I would know it.
A new one that I have added to my collection. My friend is rewatching through not a certain scientific program, the Irregular at Magic High, and he sent me that.
That looks like, you know what that looks like? That looks Skyrim as drawn by Andrew Hussey.
I was thinking, is this one of those fucking Homestucks?
It's similar, but it's Oblivion.
Yeah.
We have the combination of nice and not nice.
Boys.
I'm pretty sure that is from like a thing that was on at the MS Paint Adventures fan type forums.
Probably.
Oh, the
cat.
The cat.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Shall we go ahead and get started?
I am prepared when everyone else is.
The two
I
just
only just got back, but you do have to wait for me, you know.
Hey,
I didn't realize you'd left.
Hey, Zero, why the
No, Zero
fuck?
left. I was wondering about that.
Why the fuck does a composite short bow cost 14 gold?
I don't know. Apparently, half strength mod is expensive.
So in real life, I can understand why. In game, I don't know.
Did y'all do the recap and all that?
No, not yet. We literally haven't even started.
Okay. Well, the if you want to move us to like a map that's good for recap, I will let. I've moved over to the Foundry. I leave it up to you.
You know what? I think the real campaign is a totally fine one. So let's move that over. Alrighty. We'll just wait till everyone loads in while the two gremlins continue to fucking post stuff in chat. I'm so disappointed, by the way, about the anime, the Ruby anime.
Oh, I haven't finished watching it.
I
I need to finish watching it.
No, I didn't watch it. No. I saw this fight in particular, the one with the GIF. And I'm just like, the original's better, and that wasn't even the best they got.
The original, okay, the very, very specific Noah fight, yes, the show did it better, but the rest of the show is so good.
I'm waiting until we go into the post-Monty era to see how it holds up.
I don't know if it's gonna get that far. I think it just had like a story.
2 British per month.
Hey, Sir Percival isn't a gremlin.
No, but Smarty
He's the size of a gremlin.
Yes, Ellen.
Do I have access to rare weapons?
What? Yes.
Cool.
You're asking for the sharp battle yo-yo, correct?
Oh, yes, but also I'm looking at the Shoban long rifle.
Fair enough.
which does not have a volley distance. Maybe they fucked this up.
I love how well integrated that gun is. Oh, what?
I am not seeing a map, by the way.
Yeah, no, it's loading. It's loading in.
You sure?
It's you're loading. I'm pretty sure. It doesn't say that you're in the real campaign section yet, but I can tell it's loading for you. There you are.
I still can't see anything, but I'm here.
I'm seeing the space.
I'm still in the space.
Show me the space image. Alright, you're here. Try to reload.
I'm gonna stop
the
menu folder now.
By the way, the meme of "oh, it's an idiot, let's point and laugh" reminds me of a particularly funny insult that I heard the other day, which was he may look like an idiot, he may sound like an idiot, but don't let that fool you. He actually is an idiot.
He may look like an idiot. ... End of sentence.
Yeah, he sounds like an idiot. That's it. Sentence there.
Okay, I'm reloading. It might take me a minute. This is not my fault.
No, it is not. It is not your fault at all.
Yeah, while we're waiting, do we want to do introductions real quick?
Yeah. Let's not do introductions. I'm going to do the recap, I suppose.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah, do the recap. Alrighty. Starting all the way back. Our players decided how that our party would join together to protect the only postman of the town of Oasis. After hearing about this heroic act, the postmaster of Metropolis has requested them to intervene on their behalf. While traveling to that city, they crashed into a deserted volcanic island where a massive storm appeared out of nowhere. Fighting their way through a volcanic temple and its cultists, they fought the god of carnage and war, Spava. Dying against him, they awoke early in the dungeon. Realizing something was wrong, they ended up no-clipping through the map and found a space in which they existed that was infinitely large and infinitely small, where time was infinitely fast and infinitely slow. And traveling through, they ended up moving through a crack in this space and entering a location that they should not have been in. After being chased by a cold entity, they ended up in individual robotic forms, finding themselves on a desolate spaceship, inhabiting the drone bodies meant to keep the ship stable or exploring. They eventually brought it up to functioning capacity and are now deciding on what to do next.
Okay, everything's fixed.
Yay! Perfectly timed, as all things should be.
Hooray.
Now, for those that may see at the top, redeems aren't really a thing at the moment because most redeems are like when I'm playing a game. I'm not playing a game, I'm running this game. I could allow growls and auto-autos, but I don't know how my players feel about that.
Might interrupt the things a little bit.
Yeah, those are also off the table. I'm okay with talking with chat on occasion when things have gone into a lull, but you know, those might interrupt. However, if you would like to interact with the party or myself in any way to help or hurt us, you may donate bits using the hashtag hero points or villain points.
Do we have a set price?
At the moment, it is $1 in total per point. Hero points will act just like the normal hero points in game, except it will be a pool in which the party can draw from. They will allow them to re-roll d20s, and if they're dying, they can not die. They'll still be unconscious. They just won't die. And hero points are for me to re-roll my d20s and prevent a certain amount of damage when my villains get fucking bodied.
No apologies.
Rudy, what the fuck?
Also, we need to roll the deck.
Yes.
Ah!
Right.
You did this. Alright. Yes, also you need to roll the deck. But yes, that is how if you want to spend bits, they can do things to help the party or help me, and thus help the party. Your choice. There will be a maximum of 3 hero points and 3 villain points at any one time. And you know what? Yeah. So how many bits per point? It is 100 bits or $1.
I have
that may change in the future.
Yeah. Currently, I have the Grazing Blow hero card right now. If anyone wants to trade me, I will not be opposed, but I really like this one.
Well, I don't need this. This is not what I need. If anyone that does actually use magic wants it.
Let's have a look.
Oh, play with... So, you are an ally. You could use that on somebody else.
Actually, that could work for me. I'm not too concerned.
I would say... trade with Dive. Give Dive Stoke of Magic Flame and you take Channel Life Force.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I can spell by 1 level. If we get the shit beaten out of us, I can heal, but better. In fact, I can level it up to a 3rd level spell.
You cannot.
Fuck!
You can only heighten to a level you can cast.
Fuck.
But that means you can...
Level higher.
But that means you can turn a level 1 heal into a level 2 heal.
I don't think we...
If you have level 2 spells.
I can't. I don't think I have level 2 spells. I think I'm not... I don't think that we have...
You can level up a cantrip. You can level up a cantrip, because they're only level 1. You're right.
We can't cast level 2s yet.
This is useless.
Hatter, do you mind if Smarty rerolls then?
Yeah, go ahead.
Stoke Magic Flame, great most of the time. Give us literally 1 level.
Have spells.
Literally 1 level, and it's amazing. Mine is amazing. Ellen, have you rolled for your point yet? You have. Yeah. You're just janitor right now.
Nah, mine's better. Sort of.
Do you want to give that to fucking Eshe?
Yeah. This one is definitely your style.
Alright, you want run and shoot in return?
You lets you run and throw your hammer.
Works for me.
Do not currently have the ability to get my hammer to come back, but
it's...
You can grab other hammers.
Princess, you are incredibly kind to the party. Thank you.
Oh!
Do we all get a hero point?
No.
No, that's not how that works.
Yeah.
Hero points for everyone.
There is now a pool of hero points with 1 point in it, and at any point you can be like, hey, can I use this? And the party will agree or disagree, and you can use it. You still have your hero points that you would normally have, but you also have access to this pool.
I have a thing in the chat.
Oh, thank you. We shall add that at some point in the future.
I will make a fancy thing for that one day, but I don't wanna.
One day, not today.
I appreciate it dearly.
Beat your ass.
I don't wanna.
I don't wanna. Do we want to do the introductions and run down and show off art again? Considering
yes,
things.
so I was going to do that too.
Me with a good time.
I was, yeah. Don't threaten me with a good time. I was kind of waiting to see on your side things change.
I'm good.
Let's see that it has. So, yep. So from the top to the bottom. Die.
Wow, wait. Huh? Wait.
All terrain is at the top.
Playing?
Well, I am... I I need to draw a full body. I am dive deep. I think I am giving up on the long name. It's just dive deep now. Dive is a android who is a all-terrain scout droid designation diver. She is a droid focused mainly on scouting. She is a oracle of the cosmos, and she is a beastkin, so she is part bat. So she is part bat, fish, robot.
Eli.
Yes, I am Eli, and I will be playing Eshe. Her understanding was that she was half dwarf, half orc, and all Duskwalker. That is to say, a being who has been brought back to life for the purposes of serving death. She is still a Duskwalker, but it seems that she is also an automaton.
Ellen?
Hi. I'm playing Nina Monet, and she is a investigator. She's a detective, and she's also a medic. She has a cool yo-yo, and she figures out a plan for how to do things. And
She's also a monkey.
She's also a monkey. That's true. And a Ganzi. And Ganzi are like Azima are like touched by the planes of good. Ganzi are touched by the planes of chaos. So yeah.
I finished this art for her today.
Mori.
I am playing Sir Percival.
Jump scare every fucking time.
Who is an automaton?
I'm just expecting Foxy's like noise from Five Nights at Freddy's.
Jump scare.
Yeah.
Except it's not like a loud screech or anything. It's literally just Leroy Jenkins.
Amazing.
Not Smarty saying Leroy Jenkins, a sound clip of Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah.
It's a sound in League of Legends when Brom ults.
I was thinking he like pops in from the side and goes, wow! I just can't.
The heart is the strongest muscle. Yeah!
Stand behind Brom.
Anyway.
Yeah, playing Sir Percival. He is an automaton champion that is a massive people person. There's currently no people around, so he's kind of a bit...
Having some troubles.
He's having some troubles finding his place.
It's also funny about him being a massive people person, because he's actually really small.
He is in fact a small, yes. His size is small because he used to be a puppet.
And last but not least, in either damage or size,
I will get your ass.
I love to see you try, monkey.
I am monkey number 2. I am Hanu Mane. I am an android. I am an android monkey. I am a tiefling. I am touched by hell. I have weird robotic limbs that twist, turn, and extend. And I am a magus, someone who fights with a weapon and magic at the same time. My weapon is a fan. I fixed this fucking ship.
Yeah, you fucking did. It's not 100% right now, and it won't be 100% for a long time, but it is functional.
And we should be able to make enough repairs to get our shit down from 3 months to 7 weeks.
Yes. So, do you want to? Do y'all? That's essentially what's happening here. Is that you have just figured out that the ship is. You've just made it so the ship is functional. You haven't started flying it. Do y'all want to do a scene immediately afterwards, or do you want to kind of like have a ambiguous time skip?
Hanu does want to
time skip, but like in the period of like a couple of weeks, we will have a few scenes.
So I know one thing Hanu wants to do whenever he is not fixing the everything. Hanu would like to go to the room with the computer.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I want to do that.
Hanu, let me move him. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Walk. Walls are an issue. I can't just teleport there.
Yeah, sorry.
Hanu is going to go here, and he is going to, when he is not fixing the everything, he is going to watch literally all of the videos. That might not be possible.
What is
all of
No, it's entirely. What does Dive want you to do with the computer?
Not the computer specifically. Dive wants to go where Angel is.
So this is kind of where Angel is. The coolant for the cryo stuff helps keep the computer cool. So this is kind of where Angel is.
Yeah, Dive is going to be interacting with Angel.
Okay. Well, alright. So you're interacting with Angel. Hanu, you're looking through the videos. Actually, go ahead and give me a crafting check to see how well you repair the ship for the first couple of weeks. What is Sir Percival doing? Actually, do you want me to come back to you?
No, so he's just kind of does a mix of helping out with the repairs by doing more of the heavy lifting. Occasionally he will he'll just work. He doesn't need to work out anymore because, robot body, but it's just kind of because that's what he did when he was previously. That's just kind of like instinctive, so he just kind of spends a few minutes just doing a workout routine.
Yeah, so you start doing a workout routine. What are you, an android or an automaton? Automaton. So you start working out, and you're getting used to before everyone else will get used to like manipulating your body than everyone else. At the moment, the -2 penalty will not apply to you, because you're doing that. But you don't feel like the resistance that you had before. Using your muscles, feeling it pumping and running. You're not getting that. It's just like you're going through the motions. There's nothing really there. You almost internally can tell that you are using a percentage of your total output. To you, if you're just like doing it right, just out of instinct, what is that percentage?
I'd say probably like maybe just going through the whole routine of like full body workout. Probably like 25, 30.
Yeah, you can tell. Yeah, you can tell. Like almost instinctually, like I'm using 30% of my power, and you don't know what 100% looks like, but you're like, how does knowing internally there's a hard cap to how strong you can get?
He doesn't really know. It pops up in his head, but he doesn't really pay much attention to it at first, and then it just kind of he just stops mid sit up, wait, what?
And it's not like a heads up display, but you're just internally aware.
Yeah, it just kind of clicks, and he just sort of leans up a bit, just puts his hands on his knees, and just sits there for a moment, just contemplating that he now knows that he has a cap of well, if I'm only using 30 now, what even is 30? How do I go further? And just kind of sits there for a moment, just if anybody comes in, they just see him just sitting on the floor, just in silence, staring at the ground.
Was in the motion for the setup, and it was like, wait a minute. Okay. You having a existential crisis?
Not so much existential, just kind of a internal, like. Okay.
Realize something about yourself, and now you have
yeah,
questions
just
and don't
like
have answers.
sunk in, and now he's trying to process that.
All right, Escher, what are you doing?
Esche will be spending quite a bit of time helping out with the. Her first priority is helping out with getting the ship in a more workable state, because she is not having a fun time here either. But besides that, she will actually be spending time with at least 2 members of the party. When they're not working on the ship, she will ask for help from actually both of the monkey siblings to help her make a mask, because Esche does not actually look like her PFP right now. She looks like a robot-ass robot, but she wants to look more like herself. So she will be building a mask of her face, essentially.
Yeah, I won't even ask you to roll for that. Given time, you can just do that.
But she will explicitly state that she's willing to wait on that until we are in process.
Okay. Question for the siblings, for everyone: do you take off? Do you have Angel start flying the ship towards the destination, or do you wait until the repairs are more?
Oh, actually, that's a really
more
good
completed.
point.
So what Hanu's thought process is he has everyone spend a little bit of time like gathering stuff from outside, like the broken crystal, shrapnel from the ship, like basically spare material.
Leave it behind.
We don't want to leave anything behind that could be used for repairs later. And from what Angel has informed us, we can begin going and repair in the meantime. Yeah.
You being outside will be a little difficult, so directly repairing the engine is going to be hard. But that was a long-term project in the first place.
Yeah, that one is. So yeah, we are just working on the inside currently, so I think we're mainly going to just start going.
If we can do the short-term fixes while we're on the road, then yeah, fuck it. Good question, Zero. I'd forgotten about that option.
Yeah, so yes, Angel, full speed ahead or speed ahead.
Engage.
Engage.
Move.
And
go forward.
And the whole ship shudders as the 2 engines that are still there kind of sputter to life. You immediately recognize that because one of the engines is out, the other engines have to work strangely, and Angel is like, I can do those calculations. I will not be. She can do those calculations, but she will not be able. Like, if you ask her, "Hey, can you do something else for me while you're doing that?" She's gonna be like, "Processing power not available," because she's having to calculate a lot of math.
Damn, are we not even allowed to have a conversation?
No, yeah, you are allowed to have a conversation, but you can't be like, hey, can you calculate the likelihood of those 3 planets that we're heading to having a sustainable atmosphere? And she'd be like, not at the moment. Can't do that.
I do not understand even slightly, but I appreciate the work that you're doing for us.
And last but not least, the last monkey sibling who I cannot find on the map to save my life. Oh, there you are. What are you doing? Yeah.
I can't see her, but I know she's here.
Oh. I'm learning all that I can.
Okay.
Specifically, I'm I'm digging through. I'm also assisting the others, but I'm digging through every archive I can get to.
Okay. All right. So there's gonna be a lot of information. And we'll start with Hanu, and then we'll go to Dai, and then you. Real quick. Aside from the location you haven't been able to visit yet. Do you want to remove the walls?
No.
I'd like that.
That's fine.
I don't want to remove the walls. You put
Why
a lot
not?
of time into those walls.
No, it's totally fine.
I'm fine either way, but the walls are cool, and they're not that much of an hindrance, in my opinion.
Okay. Okay.
Could you have a copy with walls and a copy without?
I would say, can you remove the walls up top so that we can see at the front of the ship?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, sure.
We would like to see out the front of the ship.
That I would be okay with. Everything else, I agree with Ellen. I think it's cooler if we keep it.
Okay.
And to update the map, I will have Hanu do a little scoot as soon as he decides to move his ass.
And just to make it more interesting, let me move these two.
One day Hanu will move. There's probably things happening considering the walls are being killed.
Okay. Good thing there's walls around those rooms we can't get into.
Correct. They are entire. Yeah, no, I'm not. Can't get in there.
No. Oh, wait. We can see those rooms if we click off. No, we can't. Sorry.
You can't see them?
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Can you see them?
No, I can't.
Okay, cool.
I'm in the corner.
Okay, cool.
The front of the ship looks cool.
Sorry.
Yeah, it does.
I was logged in on the Make a Yo-Yo account. Yeah, I didn't actually.
And the front of the ship looks cool. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
I'll move back to the computer in a minute.
It was just very long. Hey, Mooney, do you recognize this, by the way?
Let me see. Let me have a look.
No, just in general, the ship.
Oh, the ship?
Yeah.
In general?
Yeah.
No.
Because, this was the map I showed you, before the game started, as I was working on it. Because I knew you weren't gonna pick up on this was part for the game.
Oh. Great. I have to have a look through the... Actually, no, I'm not gonna have a look. That's cheating. Never mind.
Oh, I didn't have anything. I didn't have any spoilers up.
Okay, good.
I didn't. Yes. So, Hanu.
We'll move back to the proper place on the map. Back to my chair.
Yes. So you start going through the videos. They're like between 5 and 20 minutes each. There is so this gentleman, Haldia. Hold on, let me double check if I got the name right. Yeah, Haldia. Haldia he starts off this young, vibrant-looking elf, and I mean young as in both kind of like he's even for an elf kind of young, definitely mature, but kind of young, and you can watch him age as he does this, and there are probably 100 hours worth of there's probably dozens of hours of video to go through, and the general information that you get is that he is the head engineer for this ship, the Night Monarch. Notably, that Night Monarch doesn't appear to be the only ship of this design. Just fucking running around, pacing back and forth. He talks about other ships and has other names offhandedly, like, you know, I wonder how they're doing, etc., because can't have any communications. He actually very specifically says we cannot have outside communications. It is a danger. It's a threat, and he's really gung ho about the Project Ivory Beds, which even a little bit of like, hey, Angela, what's Ivory Beds? It's the cryo sleep thing. He talks about how the planet's destroyed, or is going to be destroyed. They left before it did, but it's going to be destroyed by some kind of outside force. something came to the planet and waged war against them. And they lost. Horde. And so as a last-ditch effort, like 100 of these ships with a couple hundred people on them each was sent off in random directions, hoping to find refuge.
We're Wally.
Kind of, yeah, essentially. But
And
they
it got
knew
fucked up by the fucking.
the fucking thing.
I know, we're Eva.
Yeah, you are Eva. Yes. Yeah, you are all Eva.
Yeah, but Wally is the
notably,
name
though-
of the movie.
Yeah,
Okay,
yes.
fair.
Notably though, the plan was to cryogenically freeze everyone on board because it would take far too long. Like just jumping between systems would take months each time, and then you have to sit in that system, scanning each planet individually, determining which one is and isn't viable, so on and so forth. It could take hundreds to thousands of years to find a suitable place to live. And so the plan was to cryogenically sleep everyone, and the captain and the head engineer would be of long-lived species, or long-lived races. So, you know the head engineer was an elf? You don't know what the captain was. He doesn't say what the captain was. But also presumably long-lived. And both of them would sleep in the cryopods and be woken up periodically, or in case of emergencies, woken up. And they would spend a period of time awake dealing with things. The head engineer said he would sleep. He would sleep for 6 months, be awake for 2 months, and then sleep for 6 months. And you can watch every time, because he would have a couple of videos in those 2 months, and then he would go to sleep, and he'd come back after 6 months, and you can watch the degradation of him through the timeline of him slowly, like every time he comes out of cryo sleep, he looks a little more haggard, a little older, and he starts to look his age. But he does this, and the Angel, the AI, was meant to like make sure all the systems were still running, keep things going, travel to the next system, so on and so forth. And if anything emergencies happened, wake up the engineer or the captain, because the captain also had the same thing of being awake for so long, going to sleep, being awake for so long, but had a different schedule. So there wasn't a long period of time on the ship that didn't have someone in charge watching.
Interesting.
You do watch the relationship between the head engineer, Haldir, and the captain. Starts off good. The captain never comes into screen, but he talks about the captain free. And he just only ever refers to them as captain. And he starts off having a good relationship with them. Things are good. But as things progress, and you doing like quick math in your head, this
very
had been
quick math.
Very quick math. This had been going for like 900 years.
Yeah, no, but for an elf to show age, he has to be old.
Yeah, but also something with the cryosleep might have been affecting how he physically looked.
That's also something he was considering.
Yeah, but like the math on like he does a report every week this many times and then goes back to sleep for 6 months. This has been happening for like 900 years. Maybe. You're not entirely sure. Because 900 years before he died, and then you don't know how long you've been stuck out here. With no power. So... You don't know this, but it's something you'd have to ask your sister. How long does it take a body to decompose in a nearly purely sterile environment? Longer than a normal.
Actually, I might know something about that too.
Oh yeah. That's true, because it's decaying. Yeah, 100%. You might know something about that too, because it would take longer than normal. because this ship is meant to be.
Yeah.
If you're gone for months at a time, you don't want like microorganisms to grow on.
It's not even just sanitized and all that. How long does it take a dead body in a completely sterile facility to decompose while the body is frozen?
Yeah, that too. Yeah, the body's next to. You also don't know when that broke. It doesn't show up in the videos. You don't know when that broke.
Yeah.
He could have been mummified before then. You don't know. So you don't know how long you've actually been out of, but it's been at least 900 years. Rough math. Rough math says at least 900 years.
Oh, actually, you know what? Finish your thing first.
Near the end of this tenure, this 900-year period, not even probably the last third of it, Haldier's and the captain's relationship gets very strong. He talks about how the captain is unhappy with the AI. Some kind of limitation with the AI is not allowing them to do what they need to do, because they've been looking for 900 years and have not found a suitable space to live. And something with the AI the captain is not happy with is blaming the AI for not finding what they could, or not finding it quick enough. And so they are getting into this strained argument, and Haldir is like arguing about, like, he says like, I lied to the captain saying that I couldn't change anything with the AI. I could if I wanted to, but I think it's stupid. I think changing the computer would be a terrible idea. We are already on such a balancing point of a blade. If anything goes wrong, it's a cascade effect and it's all fucked. We've survived this long. As long as we keep going, we'll keep surviving. And then the captain being more and more frustrated as him and the captain keep having these arguments. And it almost feels like this argument persists even after the long period of months, and during the times that Hallie is awake, he's just simmering. The anger's building inside him. He's getting more, like, he's like feeding in on himself, and it eventually leads to him just going on a fucking rant about the captain. And he actually says something interesting. The captain refused to go to sleep.
It's not good.
Interesting.
He was supposed to be awake when the captain was asleep. By the time he woke up, the captain was supposed to be asleep. He woke up, the captain wasn't asleep. She refused. And so he got real fucking pissed. If they start throwing off the schedule, things will start changing. And things change. Introduce change into a closed system, things could go horribly wrong.
Hanu's curious. This man seems like a tinkering type. He invented the AI, he invented the digital world we were in.
Yes,
as a side project.
If you want to know about that, I can tell you about that too if you want.
Well, no, that's what I'm curious about. That, like, I might ask that in just a minute. But he seems like a tinkering man. At any point, does he talk about the onboard robots?
On occasion, he does. He brings up things of, like, keeping up, even if they're not functioning at the moment, keeping them, making sure that he has a schedule of, like, every time you wake up, you need to check all the drones, make sure they are functional.
How many drones does he talk about having?
So, interestingly enough, the number changes periodically, because from what you can gather, the ship is designed to be able to build the drones necessary for what it needs, given enough time. And so it has a bunch of resources just, like, stored away, so that you can, like, build a drone together and have the drone ready to go. So at first he's like, we got 2, and then up to 5, and he apparently had a couple of them not in the bays, and then he went back down to a few. He's been tinkering with them on occasion. Nothing about their system, not anything about their systems, but they're, like, functionality. Like he talks about how like the lights on the exploration drones weren't bright enough, so he amped their power. But then that like fucked with the power storage, and so on and so forth. It's small little things like that. He's just like tinkering with time, and then he talks about like other things that he's been tinkering with too. He spends a lot of time in the R&D department that is on the ship, and you notice because you've been here long enough, there's actually a worn out path on the metal between this room, the R&D room, and the cryo storage.
Interesting.
You can actually see it on the map.
I
made it a thing.
I can see the slightly lighter metal.
Yeah, he spent a lot of time moving between these spaces, so he tinkered a lot because the ship was basically on autopilot for most of the time. The AI took care of all of it.
Okay. Hanu is thinking. Can you give me a little bit information about the virtual world before I ask my final question?
Yes, of course. So partway through, probably like, again, roundabout math, 200 to 300 years in, the captain requests something of Haldia. Now, this is back when they had a good relationship. The captain wants some kind of like virtual program to help because they bring up the fact that if they're leaving, they left their planet. The thing that's coming for them, and they never say the name. They are like, he's like very hesitant to say things. All he says is that they came to our world and burned everything down. The captain is worried that if they come after the ship, they're not going to be ready for combat. They have at most a handful of drones, and maybe whoever they can wake up from cryosleep. And not everyone there is a trained soldier. And even if they are, they spent years, decades, centuries in cryosleep. Their muscles are not going to be atrophied and their skills are going to be dulled. So what if we made like a virtual trainer that you could kind of plug them into while they're sleeping and keep their skills sharp, and those that aren't trained, get them trained in combat. They won't be, transferred to the real world. They're not going to be as good, but they will have all the knowledge and all the experience.
They might be 2 levels higher than they suspect.
They'll probably be half. They would probably be half as good as they've actually trained in virtual reality, but they would still be better than a level 0 commoner. And so the captain was like, "Hey, can you do this?" And he was like, "Of course I can do that. Who the fuck do you think I am?" And he did. He made this thing, and it was very rudimentary. And he started adding things onto it. He had this whole like starting at these low levels and moving up, and just trying to like push people as far as they can in virtual reality. But he's an engineer, a physical engineer, and a physical tinkerer, and he can kind of fuck around with the programming a little bit, but he's not a massive programmer. And so the program had glitches and whatnot, and there was worry about how people would be integrated into the system, and so he kept tinkering on it, because he only has so many months to do it in a particular time, and then during that is between repairs and making sure things are running, and even if he just doesn't feel like near probably halfway through, he just looks tired. He doesn't want to keep doing this. This was not the grand adventure he expected. The honor and the prestige of being the head engineer for the vessel that'll save humanity had worn away, and he was just tired.
Okay.
He does talk about something that might catch your attention. He would just leave the system running.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was about to ask.
He would randomly generate. He randomly generated a party of people that was relatively balanced. What you would expect in a group of
adventurers.
Adventurers or like a god or whatever, like 5 to 10 people, and then like made them relatively balanced. Fucking randomized, mad-libbed their backstories, maybe a short paragraph, and then ran them through 1,000 combat iterations, like an hour. Just like had the computer on super fast, just what is it called? Not AI learning. Will you have the computer like do 1,000 things?
Itself?
Yeah, teaching itself. But it's not actual AI. It's like just repeating the same
Machine
motions
learning?
over and over. Machine learning. It's machine learning. Just like trying to get the party as successful as physically possible, and then taking that information and applying it to how to train the actual people in the thing. So he would just leave it running for ages, and because Angel is super powerful, Angel could basically run the ship while running that program while he was asleep, and he would just wake up to all this new information. But notably about machine learning, it's very slow. Even when you're doing 1,000 iterations a day, it's very slow.
That's interesting. Okay.
And again, it's not real AI. It's not real AI.
Yeah.
It's not actually self-learning.
It's very weird. Hanyu has one last thing he wants to do. Angel, I have a question for you.
Yes, internal and external repair drone too.
He makes a little noise. I understand that your chronograph is broke. Huh?
Sorry, continue.
Yeah.
Continue.
I understand your chronograph is broken, correct?
Correct.
When is your last recorded date before the break?
Oath Day, 28th of Erastus, 6722 AR.
Interesting. You see, Angel, while your chronograph might be broken, mine isn't. I cast Time Sense.
Oh, you're gonna find some information you didn't expect.
I saw this spell and was like, hello, Time Sense! When casting the spell, you gain a perfect sense of time.
Down to the second, you can instead choose to gain perfect sense of the calendar. If you have knowledge in that area, if you're trained in nature, you learn exactly how long it is until sunrise, how many days until next solstice. If you're trained in astronomy lore, you can learn precisely what any knowledge, predictable astronomical conjunction will begin and end.
I do not have either of those proficiencies.
Okay, so here's what you
I will just know what day it is.
Here's what you do. Because here's the problem. You need some kind of comparison. You need something to compare to. And in the void of space, you don't have that. However, this ship is meant and designed to scan planets and find one that is suitable for life. So you look to find you ask to pull up the last scan of the planet down below and like the astrological information on that. And you look at that, and then you just look out the window and see where the stars have moved.
Hanu's eyes are just blinking as he's scanning.
Yeah, and you look, and then you cast Time Sense, and you can almost see, like, going back, the stars moving backwards to align with the image that you have, and oh god, it's been it has been 1,100 years since that. So this ship has been in space for about 2,000 years.
11,000 or 1,100?
Sorry, 1,100.
Hanu was like smug for a moment, and then he like recoiled to the floor.
What up?
I did a scan on our current time frame. Angel, I have an update for you. We have been stationary for 1100 years.
You give the exact, because you down to the second, you give the exact time frame, and she's like, there's a long pause. Excellent internal repair drone 2. Your calculations are precise. Updating calendar. You update the calendar.
She does that Hanu on his face, like.
I don't think that's true. We haven't been stationary. We have been drifting through the vast voids of space with no rhyme or reason or where.
We were stuck in the rotational pull of a planet. We were orbiting.
Oh. Notably. Notably. At some point, because you did watch throughout the whole fucking thing, the engineer does explain how they escaped the planet. Because if they were on planet and surrounding the planet, and it was destroying it, how do they escape? They used some kind of super powerful spell to basically slingshot themselves forward thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of miles.
They fucking did the thingy where you, in Star Wars, where you go kaboom, you leave.
Kinda, yeah, but it was like a combination of like teleport, it was like mass teleport, and then other stuff. They go into it was like a one-time ritual thing that they did, and just fucking disappeared from the planet, and then they start just going away. They just left away from the direction of the planet, and so you don't know how long it would take for because they were all worried about them chasing them down. You don't know how long that would take. You don't know how far they get away using that power, and how
would we have left a trail they could have followed?
You don't know that either.
Yeah, there's not enough information there.
From what you can tell, and Nina will tell you this later, I'm sure, because we haven't gotten to that point. Though space travel was possible and a thing that was happening, it was not a super well researched nor discovered science magic, science/magic, right? It was like, imagine when we get some Mars, and it becomes kind of like generalized, like for $100,000 you can just go to Mars if you want. It's like, yeah, sure, we can just do that, but like we don't know what the fuck's on Pluto. Like Saturn, we still don't know what's below the clouds of Saturn. There's a lot of information we just still don't have. So it was they don't have that kind of information. They just didn't know. This was a desperate ploy that looked like it worked.
I see. If you were running 1,000 simulations in a day, mechanical learning would not progress very much. If you run 1,000 programs a day for 1,100 years, oh, my head hurts. I'm not fond.
You also know that that's not how machine learning works either.
Yeah, that is not. We.
You don't know how you exist. You don't know what's going on.
Angel, am I permitted in the captain's office yet?
The captain's requested that no one enter.
Okay, I get it. Thank you. Yeah, he's probably done this a few times. Like, am I in yet? No. Okay.
It's
thanks.
The same fucking response. Same response.
Yeah, Dive has just been spending all her time just talking to the robots and being friendly.
Speaking of, shall we do that?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so we'll
go for it.
It's sorry, what?
Hanu is in pain currently. Yeah, man, go for it.
So let's say this is like relatively early on, right? So what are you talking about to Angel about?
Do you have a capacity to learn? Like, I know that you said that you're like an AI and stuff, but like, what if you could like learn to just be like us, and then just like have your own personality sort of thing? You kind of have your own personality right now, actually. It's pretty cool. Bit mean, but
she said she says as per standard programming, I'm allowed a level of flexibility in my capabilities to ensure a successful result when dealing with unknown variables.
So you can learn, which means that you can learn how to be more like us, which means that we can be friends, and that you can gain your own will eventually. So I am going to be teaching you about free will and about doing things that you want to do, not because someone told you to.
Suddenly, I think my headache got worse.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how she would respond to this.
No, you don't have a choice.
I am programmed to be a companion for long periods of this trip to both the head engineer Halder and the captain.
And
you request additional information?
well, I'm just saying, how do I put this? I know what you're gonna say if I ask the stupid question of what do you want, because I don't think you know that you have any wants yet.
I desire the completion of the mission.
So you do want things.
I am programmed to desire the completion of the mission.
But are you programmed to want the desire of the completion of the mission? It's like it's like even though you are programmed this way, is it something that you actually want despite the programming? Because you're allowed to do things that are against your programming.
I am programmed with the flexibility of answers to ensure a successful. I'm stumbling. She's not. A successful outcome for the completion of the mission.
So if your flexibility warranted you to gain a personality of your own and become a free will, would that be allowed? If it was for the completion of the mission.
This is an unknown variable and has yet to be determined.
Well, let me put it this way. Right now, the only people who are on this vessel who are currently active is you, me, Hani, Nina, Eshe, and Sir Percival. Do you not think that to better gauge the needed variables of this mission, that having another variable of intelligence and free will would be better?
You're being tricksy. no indication there's been no indication that such a change would be required for the completion of the mission. I'm not gonna give it to you this fucking quick, but good fucking try. I'm struggling here to counteract you.
So
It's
what
fucking
you
hard.
have said, and you've admitted, is that you are able to learn. So we are able to teach you how to do things, and you'll be able to learn about being human and being or having your own free will and doing things because you want to, not because you're told to. And even if it's something you want, if you want to do nothing but you're told to, that would still be something that you want, which you have already said that you are doing. You've already said that you want to do this, so you do have wants. Even if they're programmed, you do have wants.
If it is required for the completion of the mission, then yes. Now you have to somehow convince her that giving a personality is needed to complete the mission.
So I will say, at some point, because Hanu knows that Dive is doing this, after his escapade in the computer, he will talk to Dive and be like, by the way, Dive, about Angel. I do believe her programming has been tampered with to a small degree.
By the captain, right?
Yeah. I do believe she's not working on her her default programming.
Well, that's a good thing. Especially
would you like
to work around the thing? Anyway, go on that, Angel.
Would you like me to commit a self-scan?
No. First thing to teach her, eavesdropping.
She's always listening, because if you say,
I know.
Hey, Angel, she has to respond. It's just...
I know. He's still like, okay, plan 1, eavesdropping. Don't do it.
You said Angel in the conversation. She was like, oh, yeah, someone said my name?
It's like when you have Google or Alexa.
I am aware.
You say Alexa in the sentence, they start listening, yeah.
I'm aware.
How about this, then? Angel, what is required for the mission to be complete?
Finding a planet that can sustain life, and awakening the
population
of the ivory beds, and then commencing with the second mission.
What's the second mission?
Establishing a home front.
I see.
Correct.
Do you think that when everyone was asleep in the ivory beds, that it would not fall upon you to be able to go around and try and find something? And would that not be easier and better if you had your own opinions on what you would like to see in the planet and how, if it followed the criteria? Say if you had multiple planets that followed the criteria, which one would you do if everyone was asleep? You can't just wait for them to wake up, because then that would be for ages, and then something could happen to the planet. So if you had to choose which planet to go to if there was multiple, what would you choose and why? Because that would be your opinion.
Head engineer Halder and the captain would have final say.
Oh, actually, that's a good point. I have a question, Angel.
Yes.
Head engineer Halder is here in this room here. Do he and the captain?
So the question is he still in this room, or have you moved him somewhere else?
That's not important, actually.
Okay. Yeah.
I immediately following last session,
You put him in the
put
tube.
him in the back tank.
Okay.
Hani was referring
Which will
to
do nothing.
And started the Bacta tank,
Which will do nothing.
which will preserve the corpse.
Okay.
Especially the frozen parts of the corpse.
What Hani
Which is
was
still
referring
alive.
to is that the engineer worked in this room.
Yes.
Did the captain and the head engineer have different cryo beds than the other passengers of the ship?
They had personal ones, yes. However, they were designed the same way. You did find them earlier, by the way.
That's what I thought.
There are two opened cryopods downstairs.
Okay. Does the captain have a specialty cryopod in her office or room?
No.
Angel, scan the captain's quarters for living life.
That's not a bad thought. Oh, she probably can't do that while
Scanning.
driving, though.
The area is small enough for me to scan while by piloting.
Oh. Let's see.
Hold on. I need to look something up. No, they don't. Okay, cool. Zero life found.
Aha! She's dead.
I feel like we could already... We've been here for 1,100 years.
Oh, yeah, but, like... What, Angel, what would be the protocol if the first and second in command was dead? Being that there is no official third in command? And you can't deny that the captain's dead now because you just can't tell him he's dead.
The highest ranking medical officer.
Yeah, I know that. The highest ranking medical officer. If there's no highest ranking medical officer, they shall be awoken from cryosleep. If it is impossible to wake them, or for any other reasons, they would fall to the next in line.
I believe it is better for us to forehold waking anyone from cryosleep until the ship is safe, fully repaired, and able to have sustained, livable, waking organic life.
The protection of the people in cryosleep is priority 1.
I don't think getting into the captain's room is actually as important as I thought it was originally.
I don't care about getting into the captain's room. I just want to, like, tell Angel that she's allowed to do her own thing.
That is hard. Angel is not... Let me think this. Angel is fulfilling her tasks.
Angel, what is the protocol if you're the only one left on the ship?
This implying that no one left in ivory beds is alive.
Yes. No. This is theoretical.
Implying that no one left in ivory beds is alive.
Yes. Yes.
Protocol not found.
Implying that the captain and head engineer were both asleep.
Implying that literally there's no one left alive on the ship, including the people in ivory beds. Protocol not found.
I see. I think if that were the case, the ship would be unfunctional and her processing would cease to function itself.
How does that make you feel, Angel? Do you feel anything? What emotions come to mind?
I am not programmed to feel emotions.
How does that make you feel? You said you're
I'm
not
leaving.
programmed
To feel emotions.
I'm leaving.
No, listen, don't leave.
No.
Okay, hear me out. You say that you're not programmed for emotions. However, do you still feel emotions?
I am not programmed to feel emotions.
That's not
Okay,
what
joke
I'm asking.
aside, I do actually want to see Dive so I can turn the camera.
Hanu, you may roll me crafting, secret, and Mooney.
Okay.
Let me bring up your kit machine.
There you go. Have a crafting blind, whatever.
Roll me perception secret.
Perceptions.
Yes.
It's the perception with the eyeball.
That's a bad roll.
Is it a bad roll?
I don't know. Is it a bad roll? You tell me.
Yeah.
I don't think he does.
I'm going to.
I don't think he has to.
I'm going to send this to you. However, I request that Dive does not act on it right now. This will be like, maybe as you're thinking about it later, you'll think about it.
Oh.
Does Hanu get anything?
Oh no, that's a bad thing. I'm incredibly stupid. This music's jabbing, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. This is Cult of the Lamb.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I haven't played that game yet.
Good game.
Yeah, I listened to it. I was like, I could see this being on a spaceship going through space, and it's not like spooky times. All right. Send that to you in Discord.
Thank you for the milkshake.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Nothing. What are you? So, Hanu, you go and check out the.
No, Hanu just wanted to leave that situation. He heard,
yeah.
how does that make you feel repeatedly? He was like, I'm fucking leaving. I have a robot milkshake now.
Hanu, you're just dumb.
Nina, it is your turn. What are you doing again?
I'm attempting to save whatever I can of the head engineer, who was partially frozen.
He's dead.
Yes, but he was partially frozen.
Okay.
Which means that some of his tissues may have been preserved. And I'm trying to preserve those tissues.
Alright, fine. You can do that.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So I want to slowly put that project into, like, maybe I could, like, you know, stop any necrosis that might be happening. Maybe slowly regrow the body, if not the mind.
Oh, well. Okay.
I'm dedicating an entire tank for this.
Yeah, okay. You can preserve. You do not have tools to fucking regrow.
Yeah.
The engineer.
But I do want to, like, eventually reawaken the frozen tissue. At least get it, you know, living again.
Okay. Okay.
You know, they have cryotechnology. I'm going to make use of that technology and that knowledge. And then I'm going to read a bunch of logs in the downtime of that.
A bunch of logs. Alright, roll me.
Get to.
All those you can get to. So you have unfettered access to the medical logs.
Hell yeah.
You find that the engineer and the captain are both they are adversely affected by going back to sleep and waking up in quiet sleep over and over and over. They eventually come to that conclusion. They both appear to be aging in ways that they shouldn't be. The Heldia is, as I've said before, he looks like older middle-aged, but an elf, and that shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
It could be possible that one or both of them began to get something akin to Alzheimer's or dementia.
It's possible. You don't know. That gets brought up in the medical records at least, but you don't know if they would scan for that either. But physically, they are definitely like having adverse effect to biosleep. They checking on the other members because you also have access to all of their medical history. They seem fine, though you don't have a medical checkup for them from where you are able to gain access to the computer. You can see what they're up to, and not what they're up to, but like what their vitals are, and the vitals seem fine. Okay. So you're not sure if they are being affected in the same way. You don't think they are. At least the captain and the engineer didn't. Aside from that,
there's a difference between cryo sleep for a long time in a row and up and down.
Yeah, up and down. Yeah, the up and down it seems to be affecting. You also know that the captain was losing weight, but Haldia was gaining weight. Cannibalism. Probably shall absorb you. No, I just Haldia's like general health seems to have been like slowly on the decline. Kind of like he wasn't taking care of his body. He wasn't minding himself. The captain, you don't know.
Yeah.
Someone who was getting tired of taking care of themselves, and someone who was a workaholic.
Maybe. The captain though was losing weight. They started off a little heavy. Actually, real quick. So the captain is described as I'm trying to think of other long-lived people aside from elves. I don't think there are any. Dwarves?
Oh yeah, they live 350 years at least.
Yeah, you know what? Dwarf and Asimov. So dwarves live a long time, and Asimov acts on a good bit too. So, they were losing weight. They were healthy, maybe a little on the heavy side for a dwarf, which is, dwarves are heavy, but they're dense. But they were losing weight, which was it could be a good thing, could be a bad thing, but it looked like it was a steady decline every time they woke up and had a medical check. And from what you could tell, it definitely was like they were losing weight while they were awake, not while they were sleeping.
Interesting.
So it wasn't something to do with the actual cryo sleep. Aside from that, the captain seems relatively in good health. While Haldia appears to have gained some kind of heart condition, the captain is fucking fit as a ox. Just good.
Is there a cryopod in the practice chambers?
Are you asking Angel that?
No, I look at the medical records.
Medical records doesn't say.
I look at the blueprint for the ship.
There doesn't appear to be space in. So you.
Even
So
then, that
while
was
you
the engineer.
the blueprints for the ship.
Sorry, what?
Did the lead engineer delete the map?
No. So while you have unfettered access to the medical records, because you are a forensics, you be saying you have access to the rest of the computer, but that doesn't mean it's not going to take some kind of check, at least at the moment. So I'm going to request you make a.
Can I make an underworld check to hack the computer?
No. No. You can make a society check to hack the computer.
Oh yeah, okay.
Or a crafting check.
You can do both of those.
Crafting check.
I'll designate this as my lead. Actually, I did already designate.
Yeah, you did.
My lead.
Yeah, correct. You did.
I'm gonna pursue leading.
This isn't piloting.
Oh,
No!
That
Do you-
19 is right there.
Yeah.
Do you want to get Hanu?
Yeah, I'll spend
Also,
Kuta has a lot.
Oh, you spending a hero point?
yeah, go ahead.
yeah.
Yeah, spend a hit point. Also, real quick, hi Cause, hi Love, how are you doing? You can hang out if you want, or you can lurk. It's up to you.
19.
There it is.
16.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
That's more like it.
I'm seeing a total of 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, 16 on dice plus 9.
Okay, yeah. So no, the captain doesn't have a cryo. To be honest, looking at it, there's just enough room for an office. There's just enough room for a bedroom, with like a bed, a drawer, a desk, and like a chair, a couple of chairs. And then the captain does have their own private bathroom.
I'm gonna add to my campaign notes that I have hacked the I hacked the computer.
Okay. This was less hacking and more like
Get the.
you have the blueprints to the ship. You have the blueprints to the ship.
Okay, I had the blueprints to ship to my
Yeah.
inventory.
Yeah. So
You did not fuck with my ship.
What's the ship called?
Look at my ship. The Night Monarch. Which, are you religious? You said you found religion. What religion?
Ashia.
Okay, no. Never mind.
Not relevant. Get fucked.
I'm gonna make a religion roll. I'm gonna make a religion roll. Figure out who the fuck the night. Actually, I'm gonna make a roll to figure out who the fuck the Night Monarch is. Is this related to the underworld?
No.
Oh, no.
Okay.
But I had to check on that. No.
Yeah.
No.
What do you want me to-
I don't know why you need to check, but no.
Religion. The Night Monarch is the divine herald of the goddess Desna.
Ah, Desna. Yeah, she's one of them deities I like.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Got it good.
Stories of
yes.
God.
I mean,
I
the
like
god
that.
god of dreams and stars and all that
Oh,
seems like a
shit.
good name. Seems like a
Wait.
good name to like.
Wait. I'm changing religion.
Yeah, a god of dream, a deity of god of dreams, sleep, and the stars seems like a really good fit for a cryosleep spaceship.
Yeah. I'm
And so they,
changing religion.
so low key, they might have been like, "Hey, Desna, please bless us as we travel.
Yeah.
We call all ship the Night Monarch in your name." Because it's not
Desna,
gonna
please.
hurt. I hurt them if they do that, but it might help them.
I'm still gonna. I'm I'm not monotheistic. I can do multiple religions.
The idea of religion kind of collapses in a world like Pathfinder, because, you know,
They're real.
It's like picking your favorite football team. It's like-
Yeah.
You know, except they could end
gonna
your
be like-
existence with a thought.
Yeah.
Like a
It's
football team.
like in a world like D&D and Pathfinder, it's really weird to be like, I don't believe in God. It's like you can actively see them. Come on, dude.
I don't believe in God. God, come on, the fuck you say.
I
Fuck
do
you
feel
say.
that that's kind of one of the limitations of a lot of fantasy stuff.
It's
No, that's entirely fair.
gods are like sports or well, they don't actually compete, but like gods are like sports or like your favorite movie. You're like, yeah, I'm a fan of this one. This one is the one I like the most, but like that one, the other one is also cool.
Yeah.
I don't really care to and paladins.
Gods and animes. Anyway, yeah. So the ship is named after the herald of Desna. And kind of for the reason of like, it's not gonna hurt us if we do that, but it might help. It might help us. So, you know, yeah.
Everyone likes a little divine protection.
Yep.
Perhaps.
So you do that. Is there any other information you want? Because I know there's more information you want. What else are you looking for?
Well, I'm looking for like identities of the people being asleep. I'm looking for the medical records. I'm gonna do some. I'm the doctor now, so I need to know their medical records stuff.
All right. It ranges from all over. There's no one under the age of 18. But there's no one older than 50. And this seems to have been done on purpose. Because if you need to like resettle the population, you know. But they seem to range from all kinds of races. Majority of them are human. Like probably 60 to 70% of them are human. The rest of
humans are rabbits.
Well, yes, but also even in like normal Pathfinder, as much as humans aren't really interesting, they are the majority race. But there are other like dwarves and elves, making like dwarves, elves, orcs, gnomes, are halflings a thing in Pathfinder 2?
Yes.
Yes. Halflings. The rest of them make up probably up to like humans and them make up like 95% of the population. You find like hold on. Pathfinder Aeon has fucking crashed. Trying to think of other people. Oh, goblins. There's a few goblins.
I'm glad the goblins survived.
Yeah. A few goblins and hobgoblins. Or bugbears? No, those are Pathfinder 2.
Hobgoblins?
Hobgoblins, isn't it? Hobgoblins, yeah. Goblins and hobgoblins.
Bugbears also exist.
Yeah, but as a playable race.
Yeah, that's goblins.
Hobgoblins, yeah. So goblins and hobgoblins.
I want to see the ship where they actually saved other people than just humans.
But yeah, so there's mostly that.
Yeah.
Otherwise they range from like some pretty decently like healthy people to some not so healthy people. Part of the medical history does tell you whether or not they're part of the military, and there's several of them. A lot of people there are like some kind of like official military, but other ones definitely have wounds, like old scars that are part of the medical history. That's definitively a combat thing. But they're not military. Yeah. So, but yeah, got hoplins. One name. Are you looking for anything specific amongst them?
I want to know what the fuck is up with this military.
How do you mean?
Yeah, what's this military? What military?
That's not part of the medical information. It just seems to be like generalized parts of the army. There's no, just like the army.
Yeah.
I don't think the army exists anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't really exist anymore. It just says the military, to be honest. It does say like different units and whatnot, and like things that are clearly like, oh yeah, this is an elven, which probably wouldn't be in a human military. But that's all just military.
Okay.
Goblins are goblins with the morph archetype. Versatile heritage.
Ellen staring at the fact that that wasn't allowed for her and frowning.
Yeah, I want to figure out if they have like a gene board or like like a board full of like genetic material.
No.
They don't have babies. It's all adults.
They don't have genetic backups now.
No, it's all people that are old enough or that are mature enough.
Well, I hope they're still able to reproduce. Otherwise, that would suck.
Don't worry, you'll have fun first.
They have humans among them, they'll be fine.
100 years in cryo? Maybe.
Do not underestimate the power of a horny human.
Like I said, they're fucking rabbits.
Yeah, arguably, having humans is not bad because humans can basically produce with a fucking anything. So.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah,
tablet here?
Is there what?
A tablet?
Tablet.
Medical tablet?
No, not really.
Oh, shit. To go over to the computer to get info. Damn it.
You could ask. Ask Angel.
Why didn't you?
No, I can't.
You can, you just don't want to.
I don't want to.
Why don't you want to ask our little robot buddy?
Because it means that Angel is smarter than them.
That's fair enough.
Who's the highest ranking medical officer?
That is hold on, I have it down somewhere.
Add another NPC for Heather to play? I don't know about that.
Oh, I didn't write it down. He's not look. I didn't write it down. Hold on.
Ella quickly coming up with an orc name and slapping Doctor on the front of it.
No, Damon Yogurt.
Truly do not know what that. Okay, Damon. I'm gonna go find Damon's pod.
Okay.
Oh god, we're releasing a real person to talk to. I don't know about this.
We're not.
You sure? Are you gonna kill him? Ellen?
No.
There was a lot of hesitation behind that no.
Oh, I didn't say no. I said you don't know.
Exactly.
Ellen? Nina, I will get your ass. I will put you in one. We have 2 open cryopods. I'll put you in one. Don't you fucking tempt me.
So I go to Damon's pod. I make it light up so I can see Damon's face. Not wake up, but light up inside.
Yeah.
Is there some sort of like interface? Could I potentially like hook into any like simulation that's running or anything like that?
There isn't a simulation that's running.
Ah, shit. Is there a recording of like dreams or anything like that?
No.
Ah, damn it. Does Damon look trustworthy?
Damon is an orc man. Well, hold on.
Are you racist?
Orc man, but
No.
Does he have a resting orc face?
But I'm petty.
Nina!
Eshe had resting dwarf face, which is like resting orc face, but a bit less threatening and a bit more, bulbous.
Haha, you call yourself a dork.
Dwarf. With a what?
Their medical history shows that they are actually gender fluid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was wrong for that. So they're an orcish I'm gonna say gentleman at this point. And they have a strong jawline, as you would expect from an orc, but they have very soft features otherwise. Their eyes aren't open, obviously, but they don't really have crow's feet, but they do have laugh lines. They're probably late 30s in human years. Other than that, if they look trustworthy, that's up to you.
Nina, I swear to fucking God, I will legitimately put you in one of those pods. I will literally put you in a pod.
So, are you in here to hear me talk to myself?
No, but if you want me to find it because fucking Eli might or fucking Eshe might throw you out the ship.
Why am I throwing someone out the ship?
If Ellen decides to fucking torture a fucking passenger.
Eshe, you feel strong programming to protect our passengers.
Yeah, if you bring up that idea to Eshe is just going to blunt.
I'm just here. I'm just in the room.
Okay.
Now I swear to God.
It's up to you if you're also in the room where it happens.
Are you actually gonna, like, take them out of cryo and try and vivisect them?
No, I'm considering taking them out of cryo, but I know that taking people out of cryo and putting them back in is going to hurt them.
So, in a sense, yes, but looking at their medical histories, it took them centuries of doing that before they really started being highly affected.
Yeah.
So doing this once isn't going to be that bad.
Okay. I'm gonna look at this person. Okay. You. Okay. I'm gonna turn off the light inside the pod. I'm gonna go look for the second highest ranked medical person.
Just stop making me fucking.
I told you that I told you my thing would be a good idea.
Generate one more character.
Give me a second.
I'm also gonna look at the second highest ranked medical personnel's like records and qualifications to see if they are up to my standards.
Christ.
They're up to your standards?
Yeah, I don't want to lose the best doctor.
Nina,
the
my
second best doctor we have.
doctor.
Nina, I'm going to break your bones.
What bones?
What bones?
I will find them.
You gotta punch through my hologram first.
I can and will. You know damn well I can.
Yeah.
I'm a magus.
We say the next one's human.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. You did say there were a lot of humans.
A lot of humans.
Such short-lived medical personnel.
I mean, they're not supposed to be woken up until the shit gets there.
I made a mistake. There we go. Okay. Yes. Looking at this person, they're non-binary. They're non-binary, and they seem a little androgynous. Otherwise than that, do you like look at their qualifications?
Yes.
They were
Also, whether or not they're in the military.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, they were a military doctor.
Oh, shit.
They start off as a medic and became a military doctor. They have several years of training.
Medics are notably what's the word? A non-biased third party.
You do know, as a medical professional, that there is a difference between a medic and a doctor, though this person has been both. The doctor is meant there to save people.
Yeah.
A medic is there to make sure you live long enough to be saved.
Yeah.
But this person has been both. It seems that they were practicing. They were not practicing. They were a surgeon. They weren't the head surgeon, but they were a surgeon. And if you look at it, Damon is a neurologist. Who also, you know, a neurologist also has to be kind of a surgeon too. So.
Okay. Well, I am not bringing the war back from millennia later. So not.
You were making a lot of assumptions.
Hey, I've been making a lot of assumptions.
Yeah.
Yeah. I figured out who's third in command and where they sleep.
Why?
Because if my project to bring back the second in command does not work,
You don't. He's dead.
To have this.
Nina, he's dead.
Yeah, but not all of them is dead.
That's not how that works, Nina.
Yes, it is. Part of him was cryogenically frozen.
No, part of him
And
was no. Part of him was dumped in gestures behind him. Liquid nitrogen.
Right. No, right adjacent.
Because
Anu, are you a doctor now?
I don't.
No, but I know chemical things. I'm an alchemist.
Yeah. I don't think you're gonna get anyone back if you have like revived an arm or something. I think it has to be the head, or you know.
I have revived a partial part of his body.
I would say that we should not wake anyone up.
I am agreeing with the monkey.
I'm hoping that we can use this to maybe, you know, trick Angel into letting us access the rest of the ship.
I don't know if it's that important anymore.
Yeah, I don't think that there's anyone there, and if there is, then they're most likely not alive.
But there might be good stuff, and also, we don't have enough bedrooms.
Nina, do you sleep?
I would like to have my own room.
But do you sleep?
I don't fucking know.
I sleep. Hani sleeps.
Kind of.
All like, we sleep. Don't be modest.
I found myself skipping 2 hours the last couple of days. I'll probably go and recharge mode or whatever.
That is what I assume is the equivalent. Either way, I have found a number of fascinating developments. I do not...
And I would like for you two not to take up the medical beds.
I don't take up the medical beds!
But you just stand in a pond?
No, well, yes, actually, I go back to the repair bay where we woke up.
And stand up and sleep?
I sleep on the floor.
Yeah?
Dive, you can have a medical bed.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I thought you didn't want us to take up the medical beds.
Yeah, but I would like to have the captain's quarters so we can have the captain's quarters.
I don't think it's that important.
Bib.
Hold on. We are missing some people. Percival! Ashe! Come here!
Hang on.
It's important.
What the hell are you?
Also, there's literally no risk.
The risk is incurring Angel's wrath.
Angel can't do anything to us.
I'm not going to test that theory. Either way, I think it would be...
Taking inventory. What's going on?
Well, hopefully, eventually, we'll be able to change that.
Okay, Nina, explain to the other two what the plan you were thinking of is.
Okay, so I'm always working. Okay, so the plan is, I'm gonna use the lead engineer's still alive partial body to trick Angel into giving us access to the captain's quarters.
Oh yeah, I was going to ask, how on earth do you think that's going to work?
Angel
Okay, I have several
dumb
questions.
robot.
I'm
He's
fairly certain he's dead.
Not all of them.
Enough of him for it to matter.
Shut up. Don't tell Angel that.
Well,
okay?
we
I'm the
Friends
forensics
and Angel
brain.
knows.
I get to tell what matters.
Nina, Angel already knows because we've already said.
Multiple times.
Angel, can you hear us when we
ruin it
whisper?
before it started. Okay? Don't ruin it before it started. I know you all like.
I'm not ruining anything. Angel, can you hear us when we whisper?
Yes.
That's a lie.
Angel, are you capable of
I am not
lying?
programmed to lie.
There you go.
But if it's just because she's not programmed.
Forget everything we whisper.
Angel, please repeat the next thing that I whisper.
Angel, please forget everything that is whispered.
She replies back with what you whispered because I couldn't hear.
Eshe whispered, there are large penises growing from trees. Yes, she
I
can
couldn't hear
us.
because Eleanor was talking. She can hear fine, both of you fine.
That was in character.
There we go.
If you're going to try and make a plan along those lines, I think you're going to have to be a little smarter about it than that.
Angel doesn't care.
And why do you care?
I care because I want
The bedroom. She wants the bedroom. She wants to be in the bedroom.
I want a bedroom.
You have a bedroom. It's the medical ward.
You sleep there.
I don't sleep. I don't sleep at all.
You will.
Which is weird.
You will once you realize how comfy the beds are.
I can do without
What?
learning that until
Fine.
I have
Hang on,
have
I'll be
need
back
for
in a
them.
second.
I like him disappearing in the shadows.
Oh,
Goes off, does not come back. He is sleeping.
I'll admit I haven't been taking great account of my sleep habits lately.
I've
been very focused on performing repairs and attempting to learn about my new body. It's been a bit of a slow process for me, I'm afraid.
I appreciate it, Eshe. I will note, we are not organic. We do not sleep.
Yeah, no. They're not that comfortable.
They're the most comfortable things here.
Also, Zero do androids not sleep?
Yeah, androids, or...
Androids sleep normally.
Yeah, so me
Automatons rest for 2 hours.
Yeah, me and Hanu sleeps. I guess it sucks to suck.
No, Hanu is specifically maybe not doing the best for himself.
Anyway, they're the most comfortable thing around. And I want more options. And also, I am curious. So, allow me this, please.
I will allow you to play with your dead body.
Okay, thank you.
Don't do anything to debase it.
And don't be mean to Angel. I am going to train her.
Don't say that. That's rude.
I'm going to teach her.
That is better.
You would all do well, I think, to consider Angel as a being similar to a golem. A very complex and well-made golem.
I am treating her the same as us. Because I feel like we are in the same sort of situation. Even though they're probably not.
Well, we are quite literally in the same boat. But I will not be treating her as the same as us, because I don't treat any of you as the same as each other. And if I did treat her in the general manner I treat all of you, it would become quite frustrating very quickly.
What do you mean?
Angel, please change my designation to Eshe.
Only the captain can change their... Only the captain can change designations. Security John 2. Security John 1.
She gestures towards it.
There you go.
My plan?
Hey, Angel?
You're not going to convince her in any timely manner.
No, but I will work on it.
Good luck with that.
Anyway.
I appreciate your work.
The backup to that is waking up the highest ranked medical personnel for a short time whenever we want.
Why does it need to be a short time? The problem is that we can't wake them up.
What?
yeah.
Why can't you wake them up?
I can wake them up.
We can wake them up. We probably shouldn't wake them up is the thing.
We shouldn't wake them up.
I can wake them up.
I thought only the captain could wake them up.
No, we can wake them up. Again, it's just probably that we shouldn't wake them up.
What are the procedures for waking up the people in the beds?
I list off the procedures. I'm programmed to do this.
So, Angel will give you that information. Me personally don't know the intricacies of what's necessary. Yeah, you can wake them up, but it needs to be an emergency case. You could find a workaround.
My understanding was that Angel was forbidding us from doing that.
No, she's not forbidding you, but it does need to be like, you're not supposed to wake them up. But they are your number one priority. Their safety is your number one priority, but that doesn't mean they can't be awake. But you're not supposed to wake them up either unless it's an emergency. And in this case, although Angel has acknowledged Chief Engineer Haldia's death, doesn't seem to have done so with the captain yet. So as far as Angel is aware or concerned, there is still someone of authority.
There's no cryopod in the captain's chambers.
Angel.
As the ship was built.
Angel. Can you search the captain's quarters for any humanoid form, living or dead, please?
All-terrain scout droid driver. I can.
You can't? Did
I
you say-
can.
You can.
And then she goes silent for a moment.
Can you please?
Do that, Angel.
Please, can you scan the captain's
There she is.
You have to give her
His head is rotating. Like his head is just spinning.
Yeah.
loading.
So yeah, she does often pause for a moment to go do the thing. So she comes back and she says, one, none, one, none, not one, not one, none, one, not, and just
Great, we have a religious character.
starts glitching out.
Angel and current attempt.
I think the captain might be a ghost.
No.
Or undead.
Hold on.
Or a ghost.
Let Hanu update you on what's going on real quick. I don't know. Okay, so I had watched back all of our engineer Haldir's videos. There was an attempt before the accident that cost him his life. The captain had decided it was in her best interest to attempt and mess with our AIs, our AI companions.
Oh yeah.
Programming. I do believe that she is not running at full capability. I'm not saying her name as to not acknowledge her and get her attention. So do not follow the example, please.
Okay.
Maybe we could give her a new name that we can refer to her without her being in the proper designation. So
I don't think
Yeah.
that's important. I don't think that'll do anything.
I think we should. Devil.
if
No.
I like Gabriel. So if we're talking about her and we don't want her to hear, we call her Gabriel, and then we can just call her Gabriel, and then we won't have to worry about her listening.
On his head, twists to the side.
I
Why
don't-
Gabriel?
I don't know. It's a cool name.
I would have gone with Seraph, but sure.
You were both weird.
Hold on. Angel, are you listening to us in the times between when we say your name or call for your help?
I'm programmed to listen to all conversations.
I see.
You don't
Who
know
is
how
Gabriel?
she does it, but
Wait, what?
despite her...
Hold on. What did you just say?
Who is Gabriel?
No one. No one
Despite
yet.
her completely spherical head, Eshe somehow manages to look at you all flatly.
Do not look at me flatly. I'm not agreeing with the shenaniganery.
Shenaniganery. Funny.
Okay. So,
You're severely overthinking this.
there's something
I'm
wrong
saying.
with Devil. Good to know. Anyway, I wanna...
The original point, you are allowed to play with your corpse, but you're not waking people up just so you can get a better bedroom.
Actually, yes, I agree with that. You can wake people up for better reasons, but not for that.
See? Fixing the ghost problem.
There's not a ghost problem.
Wait, even if there was a ghost problem,
I'm
we
not
can deal
ruling
with
out
it.
that there's a ghost problem, but
Then
either
it must
way.
be a ghost problem. Do you not know Starship halls are made ghost-proof?
I'm leaving.
I'm certain that's not true.
I'm leaving.
Yes,
Angel
Eshe.
Walls, ghost proof.
Eshe will go with you.
Hanu just throws his hands up. Nope, done. Nope. I'm going back to fixing things.
It's to
Angel
avoid
Walls, ghost proof.
running through ghosts in space.
Okay, I'm going to go back to inventory. Is there anything you two specifically want next time if we land?
Yeah, can you get me a gun?
Just any firearm or...
A powerful one.
Okay,
I'm in here, by the way, just so you
See
know.
what we can find.
Okay, thank you. Oh, a powerful one or like a special one, like a laser gun or like a sonic gun or like a plasma pistol.
If I verify one in the armory, I will let you know.
Thank you.
Otherwise, we'll see what is there.
Okay, thank you.
Everyone roll me perception except Hanu. Roll me crafting, unless perception is higher.
Secret.
Alright then.
Secret.
Hatter, nothing is ever going to be better than my crafting roll.
No, entirely fair. I just didn't know. I wanted to be able to give you the option if need be.
I meant +9 or +4?
What, 9?
I like all these secret rolls I'm rolling. I don't get to see the dice. I can pretend like I'm rolling good still.
I like to believe that I rolled good.
In my brain, that's a 20.
Yeah.
Even if it isn't, in my head it is.
What if you did roll a natural 20?
Oh, dope. Good job, me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest with you. That was the only way that person was passing.
Who has the minus to perception?
God, no.
Nobody
Well,
has
the
a minus to perception.
I don't think anybody
Yeah,
has a
but
minus.
the DC might have
no.
been high. The DC was straight up. The DC was high.
Damn.
I'm not going to...
You,
Interesting.
do you want
I'm
anything
also
specific while I'm
assuming a lead on that.
doing inventory?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
You know, should or, you know, when we land, is there anything specific you want to keep an eye out for?
What?
I'm asking Dive.
Get me some new clothes. I don't like the things that I'm wearing right now.
Well, is that just any, or do you want like a suit or just a shirt?
She points down at herself. Get me something that I'm able to wear.
Okay, just clothes then.
Clothes that will account for. She waves her arms around these.
Can you get the whole wardrobe?
Yes, bring us a wardrobe, like a whole wardrobe. Bring us one of those.
If I can find us a cheap wardrobe, I will.
I think we've established that there are clothes in
There are
the thing.
clothes. Yeah.
And Eshe has been trying on different outfits and trying out different color combinations.
Yeah, but it's still dive, so it probably needs a bit more specific clothes.
Dive, you get me, right?
I understand what you are trying to do. I don't think it's a good idea.
Getting in control of the ship.
No, getting control of the captain's quarters because it's scary because it makes you think there's ghosts in the captain's quarters, and I don't think we're ready to deal with that right now. Do you have anything to do with ghosts? Because I sure as shit don't.
I do.
What do you have to deal with ghosts?
Shit. I'll get to the armory real quick.
Fun fact, Eshe can deal with ghosts.
Wait. I know I have what to do with ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Eshe.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
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 Are you going to try and get Eshe to deal with ghosts?
No.
Whenever we open the captain's quarters, Eshe will be there, and Eshe can deal with ghosts.
Real
And
quick.
so can Haru.
Real quick. Do you mind if Hani does something real quick, you two? I'm talking to the people who are in the same role. Like, do you mind if I do some? Hani starts talking.
No, right.
Yeah, should go ahead.
Angel, localize your communications to the energy storage room, please.
For how long?
Give it 10 minutes at first.
Okay.
Private conversation.
Damn, I wanted to have a private
You can't hear me. I'm through walls. I closed the doors.
How long what, Angel?
That was not to you.
Angel?
You didn't hear that. You didn't hear that.
Why not?
Because she's talking to us.
I localized it. Get fucked. Esha, you can be here for this. I don't actually mind.
Wow. That's
How rude.
If you want perfect privacy, I'm willing to leave, but
No,
I won't pretend I'm not curious what you're doing.
Esha, currently I trust you the most out of everyone.
wow.
You are not. Both of you shush. Private.
What, you don't trust your own sister?
You are gonna try and take a man out of tube to torture him. I don't trust you right
I
now.
was not gonna torture anyone.
Anyway.
I was worried about torturing someone by bringing them out of cryo and putting them back into cryo.
Anyway.
Misunderstood.
Anyway. Everyone shut up, you're not here. Angel, I had a question for you.
Yeah.
No? Did she respond that way?
That was not a character. That was not a character. No.
He was like, oh?
He said, I have a question. My immediate response was to acknowledge, not thinking I should acknowledge it as Angel.
It's like, oh, hold on. A lot more things to talk about if that's your response. Angel, I do apologize for the inconvenience of the private conversation. However, I was curious about something during the scene we had just had.
How's this any different than just talking with Angel normally if Angel doesn't announce across the ship?
Because I didn't know that. Shut up. Angel, why did you note the name Gabriel? We never referred to it with you as part of the conversation. It was never related. We never said, "Hey Angel, what about Gabriel?" Why did you acknowledge the name?
I have no records of a Gabriel on the ship.
You are correct, and I'm sure that is fine. However, your programming states that you were meant to acknowledge when you were personally requested. When someone acknowledges you. No one had. Yet you had spoken out of turn.
My records show I was acknowledged.
I did request Angel's acknowledgement to confirm that she was able to hear us whispering. And,
that is true.
That's not what Hanu's asking though.
Yes,
okay,
while you are correct,
sorry,
Eshe.
I forgot the precise details.
What happened was, y'all talking about Gabriel as a replacement name for Angel, and then someone asked, "Hey Angel, can you hear this conversation?" And Angel was like, "Yes." Who's Gabriel?
Yep.
Was
Yeah.
not. Yeah, both people spotted that, saying like no one mentioned Gabriel to Angel.
Yeah.
Why is she asking about Gabriel? That's not right.
Yeah, you had spoken out of turn. And I'm curious of why you had acknowledged it. I am aware there is likely no Gabriel on the ship. Why did it interest you such?
A name was designated that I have no record of.
Do you have record of the name Hanu? Or Eshe?
No name is found in my records. No name is found in my records.
Nina?
No name is found in my records.
We have called these names repeatedly while speaking to one another. Why is Gabriel special that you acknowledged it when you would not the others?
God damn it, sir. You're so fucking clever.
Yo!
Brilliant.
Plus
0.
3 intelligence, motherfucker!
How much intelligence?
Plus 3.
Plus 3, baby. Hell yeah.
Intelligence.
Hanu just has like his arms crossed, like this must be what Nina feels like when she's on a good day.
You catch the contradictions. She says, my records show I was acknowledged.
Yes. I would like you to repeat which sentence you were acknowledged in, before and after. And I assume she does.
She does. Those sentences don't acknowledge her. But the one beforehand does, like... So it does acknowledge her, as in, hey, Angel, can you hear this? Can you hear what was saying? Are you Angel, are you listening to us? And yes, that is the correct sentence. That is what was said, and she did respond. No one prompted her about Gabriel.
No, that's what I mean. She was like, I showed that I was prompted. He was like, yes, repeat to me what prompted you. And she does, and he's like, I do not sense Gabriel. I do not hear a Gabriel in that statement. Angel, I would like you to search your database for the importance of the name Gabriel. Not individuals' importance.
Is there a Pathfinder person named Gabriel?
Hanu's in the shit.
Hannah, it's been hundreds of years of history. It's before the ship left. You could just make up a Gabriel.
Mm-hmm. I am sorry that I put this on a massive tangent for a name that I made up, for a name that I pulled out of nothing from the spot.
In fairness, I'm helping your objective, because Hanu's like, hold on. That's not how you work.
Everyone's doing their job.
Everyone's doing my job, and I hate it.
Nina is so jelly.
Hanu just noticed something. He was like, hold on, I need to investigate.
So there's a long pause, and you know that's usually like she's like looking for things. She says, Gabriel Klingsteel was the head of the oh fuck, hold on, I just lost it. Aspis Consortium for over 50 years.
Interesting.
Who what? Around my head.
Interesting. I imagine that's a very prestigious company, then. Or association.
Hold on.
You could ask me about it, because I would know. I have a lore about this.
Sit down.
Shh.
Sit down and eat your robot popcorn.
I will eat my robot popcorn.
The Aspis Consortium is, she says, is an unscrupulous, multinational trade organization.
Interesting.
Located out of Chiliax.
In that case, Angel, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What do you think of the name Gabriel?
Are you requesting information? Are you requesting information on Gabriel Klingsteel?
No. I am requesting opinions of our AI and Angel as per routine maintenance. Seeing how your AI is developing. As the repair droid, it is my responsibility to make sure you are in working order.
This procedure is not found in the general maintenance.
Yes, however, we have been offline for 1100 years. New things must be developed to make sure that things run smoothly. You must understand. He has like his hands crossed behind his back.
I have no strong opinions. I have no opinions on the name.
Interesting. Thank you, Angel. It seems our time is likely up.
Correct.
Hani looks at Eshe. Interesting, no?
It is. One last thing. Could you repeat the sentence that we said that had the name Gabriel in it?
She will repeat all the sentences that included the name Gabriel.
Do you know what they mean?
Destination of Gabriel. An entity known as Gabriel is listening. You wish to speak without Gabriel knowing.
Wait, what?
That's essentially like. That's basically what the sentence containing the sentence Gabriel was about.
Yes. So the way she said that,
the dots that she is Gabriel is not clear.
Okay, so just the way that it was phrased, like, would you like to talk to Gabriel? I was like, oh, hold on, what the fuck?
Hold the fuck up.
You would not like you would like to talk without Gabriel here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very
Thank you
interesting.
very much for clarifying, Angel.
Anu looks at Eshe. I do believe Dive might have a point.
It's all very frustrating, I'll confess. I've never had an easy time connecting with people, and I've always kept them at arm's distance, but I still like being around them, and I still like spending time with them. I may just be feeling a bit socially unstimulated.
I understand. Eshe, would you like to hear a theory I have been formulating?
I can't promise you I'll understand it, but sure, but certainly.
I had watched numerous amounts of our dear friend's logs on his computer. Hatter, what was his name again?
Haldir. Chief Engineer Haldir.
Chief Engineer Haldir had been working on his digital training program for quite a while. He had established that he would run not AI, machine programs through it repeatedly throughout times in which he was asleep. With our AI companion, Gabriel, does the little eyebrow raise, running it while she drove.
Hey, roll me a perception or crafting check. Secret, please.
Can do!
Specifically. Actually,
Okay.
Dive can as well while Hanu was going through the things.
He did it kind of as a joke this time. He was like, Gabriel. I will pretend that is a good dice number. Even if
It is a good dice number.
Oh shit.
No, it is a good dice. You both got above 20.
Oh,
The DC was higher.
that's fair enough.
This was a very specific thing to notice. But yes, so continue.
And as I was considering, he had mentioned some things about how he set it up. He was not a programmer. He was not someone who worked in that field. He dealt with more physical things. He established that he set up a number of groups to run through the simulation. He didn't put much thought behind them. Something akin to a number of character marks and a single paragraph. As I was listening, that felt rather familiar. Wouldn't you agree?
Could you repeat the most important part, Zero? My brain derped.
He had not established fine character points when he was making these test runs. All he did was a few notable things and a single paragraph of information. Doesn't that sound familiar?
I confess I don't quite catch your point.
When we were in the server, I will call it, do you remember when we looked in on ourselves? We saw information about ourselves and, at the very least, a single paragraph about our background.
Ah. Yes.
However, it is strange. I know more now than I did in the past due to my general construction. If you were to run this even 1,000 times in a singular day, over the course of 1,100 years, it should not have been able to fabricate something like us. They were not testing AI. But something caused us.
I'm very aware of what caused me, but obviously that's not the case for all of you. Although it is worth noting that we all have something about us that differentiates us from typical members of any species.
That is correct. Especially those of mechanical persuasion. I am aware of my own differentialities, in fact.
I do wonder if there's ever been an android or automaton psychopomp. It seems like a bit of a contradiction in terms.
Potentially.
Although psychopomps themselves are just the same.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon me, Duskwalkers. I shouldn't put on airs.
Yes, I understand. I am curious of how... I have been busy fixing the ship, so I've not given myself permit to think about it. However, I am curious of how we developed. I had considered the theory that we were, in fact, passengers aboard the ship, whose consciousness was exsanguinated from our bodies and returned to these robots. However, I find that highly unlikely.
I've been thinking about it, but not in a diagnostic way, I suppose. I've not been really wondering what's been happening specifically. I'd like to know the circumstances we're in, obviously, but on a metaphysical level, I feel that I have a fairly good understanding of what's happened to me.
Mm-hmm. It is a very strange situation.
I'm certainly not denying that. I'm just saying that I have an easier path than most of you.
Mm-hmm. I am glad you have such. I believe that our best course of action is to continue along the path we are traveling via the ship, continue on repairs, and wait till we reach somewhere to dock before looking into too much else. I do believe the captain is either dead or... Pardon a wild theory, mind you. It is possible that the captain merged her consciousness with that of our AI companion.
That's what I was thinking.
It is highly unlikely and rather illogical, but I have considered the thought.
Eshe rubs where her temples should be, and it just clink, clink, clink. And she says, I am learning, but slowly.
Another thing I had considered is that she is you, but I found that even more logical.
I'm fairly certain that's not the case, but I won't rule it out.
Mm-hmm.
What my question is, or what my current theory is that she is undead.
That is also possible. I do not think it is a ghost.
Because
I think a ghost is rather illogical.
I didn't say ghost, although I haven't ruled that out either. I said undead.
The idea that Percival walks in and is just like, Angel's acting weird.
Walks in on mid-conversation while he's like scribbling down in his now massive notepad.
Walk in with us or the other two?
You two.
Oh, hello, Percival. How are you doing?
Keeping myself busy.
You're not interrupting anything. We were chatting about Angel, and we had eventually moved on to what potentially is in the captain's quarters. If they are still existing, I assume my current theory is that the captain is undead, but she stretches and says, I get no relief from that, but beyond that, I don't think that speculation and I don't think that whatever the hell your sister is doing is doing much good for us.
I cannot disagree with you.
No. Yes, no. Well, originally I came to because you walked out before. I could ask if there was anything specific you were on the look for if we land.
Well, I have my Mbele, and I'm going to ask you something that I don't usually ask. Would you be willing to train with me?
Oh, of course.
Using my weapon? I won't be... No, I shouldn't lie. I will act as if I am trying to kill you, because I trust you to be able to avoid it. I need to understand this new body.
Avoid it. Take it on the sides, make it deals. Yes, training.
We will have Nina on standby.
Good thinking. Although, we're not really... Can she do medicine to us?
Yes. We have seen in the past she has done it in our new forms. With me and with you.
Right.
To a degree, individuals like Dive and I are more biological, though not organic, than the other three of you. However, her expertise does extend to your physiology as well.
Plus, it will also keep her out of trouble.
Yes. Was there anything for note, I have no preferences for myself. I have my fan, and I was able to acquire a bow and arrow from the storage. I do not require too much else.
Okay. Is there any... Because I kept myself busy, so I was right... Oh, hang on, there's someone... Yeah, I was running inventory, so I wanted to see if there was anything specific you wanted.
No, not at the moment. How have you been faring, Percival?
I'm messing with the... existing.
I understand.
As we all are.
I'm not much of a... I'm very much a people person, as you know, and with the fact that the only people currently here are here.
Here opens door.
Yeah, it's taken me a little bit to find myself.
I can understand that.
I'm feeling fairly similar. That's another part of why I'd like to train with you.
Oh god, there's another one?
Yes, no. It appears we have been found.
This is where you've been hiding?
No,
yes.
Wait, during that, if y'all want to talk,
Well,
I like how both of you come to... Hello?
There you are.
You good
Hi?
now?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so during that time, you two could have talked to Angel if you wanted. I do also like that both of you came from opposite doors, so now you're all in flanking position.
Pincer attack.
Talk to chat. I hope Zero had chat open.
I did. People could read it. Y'all been talking. Well, hello Nina. Hello Dive.
Yes, we were. And Percival and Nina were pressing the open door button at the same time.
That awkward moment where you're both trying to open the door at the same time. After 2 goes, he was like, alright, you know what? I'm just gonna let her do it.
Dive, like, floats up and just, like, hangs onto Escher. So what have you been talking about?
Yeah.
Wild theories and generally how we are faring currently.
And the fact that my current preference is to focus on the physical at the moment.
Did you guys have the theory that the captain's actually merged with the AI? Because I've had that theory as well.
Actually, yes. I have. I find it rather illogical, but it could have happened.
Yeah, so
I'm still standing by my guess of undead, but like I said to Hanu, I'm not particularly interested in theorizing at the moment. Right now, I want to deal with what's physical, because without other people to talk to, our conversations will inevitably become intellectually and philosophically incestuous, and that's the last thing any of us need right now.
Speaking of the physical, did you know that you can actually, like, tell how much energy you're exerting?
I have not had that. I have not had that experience, but I believe you.
You also haven't been trying.
I was working out earlier as just routine. Yeah, that was quite the experience.
I am aware of the 10 child.
30% of my energy doing a full routine.
Congratulations, Basil. Mine is broken.
Interesting. I am aware of the 10 child strength and length of my grappling hand.
Actually, I'm sure you're very aware of that after what you've done with it.
Yes. You know, actually, as this is bringing up points, I feel like it is only appropriate that I am the one who is rude. Nina, you are growing organic material from your body.
Oh, I was.
That's not just I thought it was just me personally.
Hanu, you can't just talk about people's organic material.
Shut up, Angel.
Organic material. Hey.
Oh, I'm so used to seeing that on you, it didn't occur to me that it would be weird.
It was weird when it was not there, and the fact that it is now here, to a degree, is what is concerning.
It's been there for so long, I didn't realize it wasn't there.
Yeah. It seems some things never change. Which is good, I like this.
Yeah, same. I'm basically no different from when I was in the normal or simulation form. You all just suck.
Hanu's head turns 180 degrees to look at you.
Nina,
what do you mean?
Flickers.
Excellent reminder. Oh, sorry.
You can see the skeletal robot underneath, except for the
scales
front, which is soft.
And Nina's
tail is a good reminder. What you sensed was probably the possible power output, or whatever the proper nomenclature would be. This is very frustrating, of your body. But we are not just our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
If we were, she gestures at the tail. At the very least, I'd better hope we're not just our bodies, because if we are, then I'll have a very difficult time emoting for the rest of my life, and I don't like that. You
We
can
will do
tell
our
because
best.
I don't have a face.
I can draw some eyebrows
We'll do our
on your
best.
dome if you would like.
We should not do that.
The fact that that's actually tempting is concerning.
That does actually bring up a point I would like to consider. I do not consider myself someone of emotional intelligence. When it comes to the matter of the heart, I find myself rather lacking. However,
I find myself
finish,
very
Nina.
clever.
Yes, I understand. However, I was been considering, if we were to find a planet of hospitality for the individuals within the basements of the ship, what will we do?
We will certainly wake them up.
That is not what I mean.
No, I
After all of that,
you mean afterwards? Yes.
when all is said and done, when they are able to fend for themselves, What would we do? Would we stay?
Well,
Would we go?
Always did.
Well, we can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
Onwards to the next grand adventure for the Percival bloodline. Or
We're taking
royal line, I guess, now.
We're taking the robot with us.
We take
Percival, you never had blood. You were a doll.
No. Yes.
Life and survival aren't destinations, they're journeys. Survival and continued existence is a perpetual project. There's no meaningful way that will ever be done. And by the time that we are done, and she does air quotes with like her huge fingers, is by the time we're done, we'll have found new things that we need to do. Every problem that compounds and blossoms into further problems. That's what we call the circle of bullshit.
I believed you were going to say life.
That which dies does turn into fertilizer.
I do not believe we will turn into fertilizer. I do not know how biodegradable we are.
The Percival bloodline is the evil slain in its wake.
What? Oh, I understand now. Never mind.
Good stuff.
This is a line of blood. A trail, one could say. I understand.
Yeah.
Clever.
Yeah.
There's a quote I want to say so fucking bad. The only problem is Angel would never say it without being prompted. Fuck.
Anyway.
Yeah.
No, she could. How do you explicitly noted that she could?
I did it once. I did it once for a very specific reason.
And we caught on real quick.
You caught on too fucking quick.
So, honey,
Yes.
what did you discuss in secret when you took my friend away that I was trying to talk to?
Oh.
You can still talk to her.
Yeah, but I couldn't then because like she got
No, she can have multiple conversations at once.
What?
She can have
Yeah, but
multiple
didn't Zero
conversations
say
at
to
once.
just focus on the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that did happen. Alright.
I
You
was
can. You were just told not to.
I was simply the word I would use is interrogating. And Hani's eyes slowly drift up, eyebrows raised. Our acquaintance Gabriel.
Ha! The name's that's
It is not.
Yeah.
There was
That's the
relevancy to the
weird
conversation.
God damn it. So does Gabriel mean something?
It is showing that our companion, eyes raised once more, Gabriel, acknowledged it without prompts. Basically, I'm saying that some of your theories hold water, or oil. Looks at Percival.
What's that she actually has sentience and she's just because here's something that I noticed. She keeps on saying that she isn't in her programming, but she doesn't say if she is able to.
I believe that is a generic response.
Exactly, but like if she like she just says that she is not in her programming to do so, but then she is able to, then that means that she is able to go against her programming.
I do
A
believe that
soul
we
isn't
also.
an easy. A soul isn't an easy thing to awaken, Dive. That should be obvious given how long we've apparently been sleeping.
Yes. It is also worth noting that, well, I do believe that there has been tampering with our friend.
By the way, the quote is, death is only if you assume the story is about you.
That's good.
That is a good quote. Either
That's from
way,
Night Vale.
very
And
good.
Ashley was super lit by that quote. She would love that quote.
Either way.
Anyway,
Yes, Nina.
speaking of growing biological material,
I am not doing such.
Is this about your corpse again?
no, okay. Wow,
We're
you
running
all
out, dude.
assume so much. You're so mean to me. Maybe I
We're
should
running out,
shut
dude.
up.
Nina, continue, please.
Okay. Speaking of growing biological material, have you noticed our food stores?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Excessive notes of our food stores and how non-existent they are.
Yeah.
That
I
is
was
actually
able
rather
to
concerning.
I was able to find some rations in the armory.
That is
But I think at most we have 5 weeks of food for one person.
do we actually need to eat?
I do believe so,
yeah.
yes.
I
Some
know
of us
that,
do not, but
I know
some
that at
of
least
us
us
do.
two do.
Yeah.
Me and Dive do require it. Our bodies are meant to be
So-
more comforting to individuals, and as such, we have a
So we may need to ration.
function. Yes.
While I could put them to sleep in the droid pods, I don't want to do that.
Like
I
for
agree.
A druid.
We'll. I
So-
will say, we probably should focus on repairs. Actually, you know what, Nina, you bring up a good point. Angel, may I ask a question, please?
Yes.
How was the ship? The ship had been stocked with a numerous amount of meal supplies. What was the intended way to replenish these supplies?
Good bag.
Say again?
Oh shit.
Good bag.
Druid.
Good. Basically, they basically had a thing that was like, you press a button, it asks Goodberry, and you can eat it. But that was thousands of years ago. That magic was.
Goodberry requires you to have food in the first place.
I'm going to try something. I'm going to say, hey Gabriel, is there a way that we can, is there a means to grow plants on the ship? And see if she responds.
So notably, when Angel kind of talks to you, there was that little, like when you say Angel, she like hooks up like, oh yeah, hello. And if someone says her name, she does that, and if no one like directly addresses her, you then hear that, like she's like, alright, cool, you don't need me. That noise doesn't happen.
Oh, the doo-doo noise or the doo-doo noise?
The attention noise does not happen when you say Gabriel.
Okay, well, there goes one of my theories. Angel, do we have means to grow things on the ship? Oh, wait, I got an idea. What was the name of the captain?
We do not know. We are missing this information.
Just the captain.
Angel, what is the name of the captain?
One question at a time, Dive.
Theoretically, it is possible to grow food on ship.
Nice.
What happened to have a very
Need that.
I'm not sure where we would put it.
What is the captain's name?
Captain. Captain.
Angel, cease last question. She's not able.
Has been fucking around in there.
Yeah.
She is not capable of speaking to the captain or about the captain.
Yeah, twice now, y'all have asked about the captain, and it's not been able to
He's
answer for some
incapable
reason.
of talking about the captain.
Not necessarily incapable of. Has talked about the captain before, but now you ask the name, and it seems to glitch out. And then you also ask them to scan the quarters for any humanoid body, whether or not they're alive or dead, and then it glitched out.
The way she glitched out with the 101010 is
No,
specifically...
she wasn't saying 10. She was saying 1 none.
1 none. That's what I meant. I wasn't thinking about it in terms of binary, though that is also possible. That's why I think that the captain may be undead.
And the religion's adherent.
Eshe will say, Angel, do your scanners allow you to differentiate between different types of life, say plant and animal?
Yes.
Are there any living plants or living seeds aboard the ship?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah, part of the like setting up a station to live on a planet would also include the seeds necessary to, because the food on that planet may not be habitable, may not be good for enough. Also, it might be good, but your bodies just aren't used to them, and thus would cause problems. So there are seeds, technically within the kitchen. Technically within the kitchen, that would be meant for growing food.
Yep.
Are they not rotted?
No, they're like, it's like the rations. It's like the rations. They're designed to last for as long as possible because they knew this trip could take thousands.
Mm-hmm. So the seeds are like vacuum sealed?
Yeah, they're magically preserved.
Eshe will say, Nina, I'm afraid to tell you this, but we may need to use that body.
Well, are you the best person at like natural and survival stuff?
Absolutely not.
I believe that would be me.
Oh,
do you have the nature or survival skill?
Trained.
I actually do know a bit about nature, but survival not so much.
I have survival trained.
I also have survival trained and nature trained. I'm +6 in both.
Wait! Oh my god, you told me you would!
Whoops.
Whoops!
Well,
first question though is
I
where
have
would we
selected
put
die.
this
Sorry, go on. Do you repeat that?
where would we put this garden in the first place?
I don't know.
I don't know that.
We should ask Dive about that.
Dining room. We don't have any use for it. There's not enough people. Like, we don't have enough people to
Fair
There is technically space on the ship. You just have to like move shit around.
Yeah, of course there's space on the ship. There's a gaping hole out of it into the back.
Gaping hole that leads to space.
What about...
There's room on the ship.
What about a room with windows so we could take in sunlight?
There would be an infrequent
That's actually a bad
amount of-
idea.
That's an infrequent amount of sunlight.
Yeah.
Dive would know that's a bad idea. Not because of the infrequency of sunlight, but it's like unfiltered sunlight. There is no
it's not.
protection.
The raw radiation of the sun would make it so that it would be very, very bad for plants and nothing would be able to grow, and most likely everything would die with radiation.
I imagine the windows are only able to be open because we're robots.
It would also kill the captain. They would not make windows like that. This is why they're ghost-proof.
Either way, there is not an
Never
ozone
mind.
main.
Apparently, I'm wrong.
Oh?
Apparently, you can grow plants in space, just certain ones. Some of them can't, but there are others that can.
Oh,
including
thanks, Google.
Are the windows never meant to be looked out by the captain?
No, entirely you can. Entirely you can. But, like,
oh, why would it kill plants?
It doesn't. Hatter just looked it up.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Sorry.
I was wondering about that.
Well, so the thing is, though, like, in space, they have to deal with far higher radiation than usual because there's no atmosphere to protect them. And if you are a plant, right, you can't move away from the window. So you would be getting that pretty consistently. However, according to Google, because I looked it up, various lettuces, radishes, peas, zianas, and sunflowers do just fine.
Yeah. Another factor of space travel is that you always need radiation shielding. You always need, like, especially high high penetration or no high energy radiation shielding. And this
So-
kind of shielding, especially if they're made like front windows, would be in the front windows. It would be in the hall.
You
and
do
that's
have
why-
a functional observation deck that has nothing in it.
Mhm. We also have the front windows, which is
You
the
also have the
larger
front-
area.
Yeah, but that leads into the cockpit.
Yeah.
No, actually, that doesn't lead into the cockpit. There are no windows in the cockpit.
Wait, this front area doesn't have
Yeah.
windows?
No, it doesn't have windows.
Oh shit! Okay.
The
That
the
is
same
weird.
Thing, the same thing as in the
Enterprise?
as navigation. Yeah, it's a screen.
Okay. Then we have the observation deck.
Yeah,
It's
the observation
only
deck
placed
straight up
with
has a window.
windows, which also makes a good sense because the direction you're traveling is the direction where most like
Radiation will be hitting you because you would be moving. It's like
Yeah.
raindrops.
yeah.
So yeah, you could put it in there, and honestly, there's enough shit in the R&D department. You could probably rig up some UV lights.
Hell
Yeah.
Eshe will... Oh, sorry, go on.
Do you want to roll a little bit, and I can spout some IRL lore about growing plants in space?
Well, you can go ahead and roll something, but there's one thing that I need to point out to all of you before that happens. But you can go ahead and roll me something. Roll me
The plants won't
Survival.
grow quickly, I'm guessing.
roll no, roll me survival. Well,
Okay.
yeah, survival.
Okay.
Yeah, survival.
Secret or
A secret.
All of us are just one.
Just the people that have it.
It's about not having dirt. I have an idea for it, but nobody will like it.
well, I tried to do it the thing, but it didn't.
Blind GM roll, not private.
Yeah. No, it's totally fine.
I rolled my
Dive. No, actually, Dive. You have the same problem. You don't have dirt.
Yeah.
Possible.
Eshe, however...
You don't have dirt, but you do know that there's one particular plant that can survive in purely fertilizer. Because normally, you can only have a 50-50 mix to grow plants successfully. You do, however, there's one plant that does grow in purely fertilizer. Mushrooms.
Yep.
And-
Thinking like, right,
That's
and
not a
then
thing.
he starts flicking through his.
It's a fungi, but you know what I mean. And also, fungi or mushrooms have enough protein to keep you alive for a pretty long time. They're a lot like potatoes. It's not gonna be a pleasant existence, but it'll keep you alive.
Just get back to the flick through the pictures, get back to the kitchen part, and just like, run his finger down, trying to like mushrooms. These mushrooms.
I'm gonna.
Pause.
Hell yeah! Also, go get some spores. I'm gonna spell some in real life lore about all this because I watched a lot of YouTube videos.
Same, which is why I know some of this shit.
So you don't need dirt to grow plants. All you need to grow plants is water, carbon dioxide, and few
minerals.
a few nutrients. So you mainly need what is it? Is it what's that?
Hydroponics?
No, Na.
Oh, Na as in the
Nitrogen.
nitrogen. Yes.
Or something like that. Anyway, you need some elements, but
Yeah.
you mainly need carbon dioxide and water.
Hydroponics is how you get weed in the big city.
Yep. And
Get weed in space.
so we don't need dirt, but we do need some elements, and we can find most of those elements being
In space.
produced and
In space.
being consumed by mushrooms, which consume things, especially carbon. Just
Wait,
like
are you telling me we can grow mushrooms as a food source, and then as such, growing mushrooms will allow us to grow other plants.
Grow plants. Yeah, 100%.
That is silly.
Yeah.
But
yes, it is, but it's functional.
But mushrooms eat things like people do, and they emit carbon dioxide. So they basically have a similar function to dive and
Hanu,
except dive and Hanu need a lot of food already. So mushrooms can eat things that are inedible to dive and Hanu, but
like fertilizer.
Too many mushrooms. Otherwise they will eat the same food you want to eat.
So you have this is all really good information, all done, and I'll tell you. Plus, I got a natural 20. So you can do this. You can do this. This is totally not an unreasonable thing. You can, if you can start the mushrooms. The sooner you can start the mushrooms, starting the mushrooms will start start the mushrooms and then consume a little bit of the mushrooms and then use the rest of the mushrooms to start the rest of the plant growth. However, sorry, go ahead.
You continue. I think you might be about to bring up what I'm about to.
I don't think I am. What are you about to bring up?
Eshe says, I can prepare the body to be used as night soil.
So, that was going to bring that up. You can start, you need a base. And you can wait until you have enough of a base using the refuse of your 2 androids. However, that'll take time. You make enough of it. You don't have enough of it, that'll take time. If you immediately start, you don't have to worry about food. You'll have to ration, but you think you won't have to worry about too much food. It's not going to be incredibly pleasant. You're going to be eating a lot of mushrooms and a lot of the same foods. But you're going to have to ration because you don't have enough space to feed 5 people on this ship. But you can do it.
We don't need to. We only need to feed 2.
All right, 2 people. You don't have enough to feed 2 people, because it takes a lot of food to feed people. So you will have to ration. Problem is, if you have to wait for get enough refuse, it's gonna be a couple weeks. You need a lot.
Well, we already have a source of nutrients, and it is the food that was brought with us.
Yeah, but that's full of preservatives and shit. But we have a better source.
Yes.
We have a better way to grow the mushrooms.
Correct.
And
you have.
That is why Eshe is saying, I'll begin to prepare the night soil.
No, go get the
you will not.
You will
I will
allow me to do my job.
No. My job is to keep whatever is there alive. And I will give
straight
you
up.
Okay, that you can use.
Let me say this to ensure that it is not just me thinking that you are thinking something different. Officially, he is dead. There is no living tissue left. He is dead. He's mummified. He's dead.
Oh, didn't he get
it is,
which means it's not going to be great to make night soil out of, but we'll do the best we can.
So he's mummified, and in a way, he's been frozen. But a frozen person can't just be brought back. He's not cryogenically frozen. He's just been jumped over.
So,
he's been dumped over by liquid nitrogen, which is not how cryofreezing works.
The reason that cryofreezing is so hard, particularly where brain matter is concerned, is because what?
So,
I thought I had some magic stuff.
If you have the spell clone that will allow you to recreate the body in its entirety by having this small piece of them, then yes, you can do that.
I didn't hear what you
I don't know
said,
what
Alan.
level.
Clone is very high level.
I would hope I would have hoped the technology of the ship would have helped, and also it would be fun.
He got liquid nitrogen dumped on him, and the reason that you can't just freeze a body for cryonics is because the ice crystals that form are very sharp. This is also the reason why you can't just make ice cream without churning shit. And these sharp ice crystals will puncture all the cells.
Yes,
so he is dead.
I was counting on fantasy. But,
well,
if that's not the case...
That's... If you could keep the body preserved until you have the clone spell, and then I'd be like, alright, yeah, you can do that.
No.
However, yeah. If you want to keep the body around and try to, like, bullshit away to do it, I'm okay with that. If you want to be like, my downtime activity for the next God knows how long is to revive this body, I'd be like, alright, cool, but we're gonna be rolling for that, and that's gonna be...
Yeah, like, I was hoping to revive, like, an arm.
I mean, fair, but, like, it's not gonna happen anytime soon. It's not gonna happen before you even get to the planet.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that it'll take a few weeks before you have enough refuse, which will make the food situation a little difficult. I will ask for a couple of rolls. I will give a couple of penalties if need be. If you use the corpse now, there won't be any. We'll be rationing food, but there won't be any, like, penalties for not having eaten.
And yes, Nina will cut off that part of the corpse that can be used for that.
I do want to check in character though. Is Nina still resisting? Oh, okay.
But also, Nina's saying we have pre-mushroomed a bunch of organic material into nutrients in that store.
No, you haven't. I was very specific about that. It did, and then it's been so long since then that they've gone. It's gone.
It's just turned to dust.
The rot rotted.
Yeah, the rot rotted and went away. You don't have that anymore.
We don't need rot. We need material, and that didn't disintegrate.
Using the MREs to make the mushrooms just isn't gonna work.
Eli.
No, I think Ellen's talking about the residue, correct?
Yes, I'm talking about the residue, which is elements like it's like natrium and all sorts of different things. It's dead bacteria and dead mushrooms. And all that stuff could be repurposed into nutrients for the plants. Because we don't want to put mushrooms on the plants, because then the mushrooms are just going to eat the plants. We want to put, like, nutrients and carbon dioxide and water on the plants. That is what we need to
I don't think there's enough there to make a significant impact on whether or not the corpse is going to be useful.
Ellen's thinking about later gardening for plants.
Oh, okay, that's fine. But you will need to essentially is you use the corpse and you don't have to worry about any rolls. You don't use the corpse, there are gonna have to be some issues, we're gonna figure things out, make rolls, have penalties, things like that. That's the choice.
And I do want to know if Nina is still going to argue to not use the body with Esha in character.
She is, and she is going to ask you to let her do her thing first, because that is her corpse.
It is not your corpse, it is his corpse.
And let me finish explaining. And then, when she's done with it, she will cut off all the bits that are absolutely, completely, and utterly dead, and have been, not preserved in any way. Because if it is alive and usable, but if it's not alive and unusable, it is just as dead as the food.
Okay, good question. How long will that take?
I don't know.
And therein lies the problem.
Yeah, I kind of want to...
I'm not gonna kill you or my brother, so I'm not gonna take too long.
I don't think I can trust you.
That's not really the issue. The issue is you don't know how
Wow.
long you take. And we need to deal with this problem now before it becomes a bigger problem later.
Then
And
go
beyond
find the
that,
seeds.
You
Set
can
up the hydroponics.
We don't have enough for that yet.
Then you can't use the body.
You're being willfully obtruse.
You are being willfully obtruse.
Sounds of
We're going
Hanu
to use
working
the
on
body
machinery in the
to
background.
make mushrooms, which will
There's
then be
already
used.
mushrooms.
Ellen, no, there aren't.
There's not.
There are not mushrooms.
There are
Where do you
mushroom
think there are
fungus
mushrooms?
or mushroom spores. That's what the word I was looking for.
Yes.
Because mushrooms don't have seeds; they have spores.
Yeah.
Like, where are there mushrooms?
They're mushroom spores.
I thought Hat's supposed to like Dom.
No, the
Well,
spores.
then we can't grow mushrooms.
The spores
there
are
are-
the seeds.
There are mushroom spores, but mushroom spores need something to grow on, and that something is gonna be a corpse.
Mm.
Is there anything else we can grow them on?
No,
Fertilizer.
Not really.
we
Organic
need,
fertilizer. But you
Yeah.
need time
Yeah.
to make
but
that.
we do not have enough of that to make any sustainable difference.
Not yet. We'll have enough in a few weeks, but that'll take MREs to make.
Which I say we, which you need to survive.
Hey Angel, I have a
So-
question.
Go on.
While most of the inhabitants of this ship are cryogenically frozen and do not produce by-waste, is there a storage supply of waste from the lead mechanic and the captain's quarters that are stored, or is it jettisoned into space?
Are you asking us to check the toilet?
Yes.
Okay.
He's asking Angel to check the toilet.
Yeah,
The problem with that, I'll give you an out on this pattern, is that
no,
it has
I don't
been...
think. I don't think it'll. No, I don't. I think it's jettisoned because I don't think they plan on having it
I imagine
on the
that
ship to be
space-
done like that.
Yeah, I imagine that space toilets are like airplane toilets.
Fair
It's
enough.
just- oof.
I just thought I would ask.
Yeah, no, it was
Not a bad question, though.
it was an entirely valid question, and that would have solved a lot of problems if it was stored.
Yeah, sadly I considered the other passengers, but being cryogenically frozen, I do not assume they produce waste.
No, we're not using living people.
Well, no, that's not what I meant. I meant of the rather disgusting variety of waste.
Ah. Yes, no, that's not something we could really make use of either. So herein lies the problem. We can wait, but that will be a massive problem. And it is not a problem we want to deal with later on when we can simply deal with it now.
I will say...
Trying to revive. I mean, like, you won't bring the guy back from the
She
dead.
is no longer in the room. If you may allow me.
Yeah.
Give Nina some time. Allow her to work on her project for a small period. We should be fine for the rest of the day, at least. Give her some time.
Alright, well,
Give her some space. Come back to it later.
I do have how many rations we have written down. Once we get to, say, half, then we might use the corpse.
That should be amenable.
Yeah. Meantime, I think it would be cool to broken part the Angel a bit more.
I am working on fixing the energy storage unit.
You
Please
need
leave.
any help? Finish taking inventory.
I should be fine.
Let's go practice, Percival.
Okay. I will.
And I'm gonna, out of character, I'm not gonna fuck with the corpse just yet, just because I'm talking with Ellen about a thing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So Nina still has corpse control at the moment.
We'll put the book of inventory, I guess, in his storage and go off to the armory to grab his equipment because he doesn't carry it around with him. It's fucking heavy.
That's reasonable. Eshe is less reasonable.
I have an interdimensional pocket I put my weapon in. I do believe I am the most prepared.
You guys have weapons.
What? Oh, you have a weapon too. It is a knife.
It picks up a knife from the kitchen.
Just a steak knife.
I see.
Yeah, he will retrieve his armor, his shield, and his hammer, and return.
And like Eshe warned you, I imagine we spend a little time like boxing first.
Yeah, he will
or just
entirely
grappling.
just find a place to set up. I assume probably maybe in the mech bay or
Yeah.
wherever there's just like an open space, and just go over like the routine of what you want to do. Bit of hand, some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eshe's. I'm picturing this happening over the course of time, so I'm gonna describe what their routine is gonna be like generally in my mind, if that's alright.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Eshe will want to start with like basic grappling, fighting fundamentals, just reacquainting ourselves with our bodies, and then move up to non-lethal weapons, then semi-lethal weapons, then using the Membele. And going at it for serious.
Start from scratch.
So just a slow escalation.
Yeah.
And notably, she will be using a Membele is quite different from her old style. She wants to hold it with two hands, but her giant robot hands, there's literally not enough room on the handle.
Yeah.
So she's having to use it one-handed. The benefit of that, however, is that it allows her to use bolas at the same time.
When they're just going at it, he will like occasionally just like give out pointers of like, you have a free hand, use it, and then just like make the motion of just like, you know, if we're up close and we've got the swords locked, you have a free hand, just fucking punch me in the face.
Eshe will take learning very, very seriously. So I imagine that that's something that'll at least keep both of us feeling a little more alive for the
Also,
that has.
I am required to inform you. Do remember that your other hand is not, in fact, not free. You must hold your esoterica. I do believe you can do other things with it, though.
My Membele is my esoterica at the moment.
Fair enough.
There you go.
Just
I
keep
have
in mind.
Esoterica, because of course that's the one I picked, but yes, I am bearing in mind that that may be the case later on.
Mm. Yeah, they will do a bit of sparring, do some weapons training, and just sort of get into the routine. Which is certainly helping for both of them, but especially Sir Percival, because he does slowly return to his more boisterous, bombastic
Another
self
thing-
when you are sparring.
Another thing that I imagine Eshe and Sir Percival will spend time together doing is chatting with the, the tubes.
Oh, absolutely.
Hatter, would you like me to make another craft check for the repairs?
No. I think the repairs you can re-roll if you want. You can spend the hero point to re-roll, but I think the general that is like the general repair for this time period. If you want to hero point it, you can.
It is too far back for me too. I am fine.
No, you can just roll it again and we'll take it instead.
I know. I want to keep my hero point though.
Alright, we'll take the 16 then.
My card is really good, yo. You must understand how good my card is. Okay.
Well, okay.
Do we have anything else?
Ellen, was there a thing that you wanted to clear up with regards to the whole food thing? Because I might have been talking over or talking around you during that.
I don't know.
You seem to think that your idea was pretty important.
Yes.
Then I will shut the fuck up, so please, say it.
My idea is there's no rush.
I don't know how that's the case.
It will take time to set up a farm. That time, in that meantime, Nina will, as the foremost medical expert, prepare both her experiment as far as she can, and also prepare however much the body is needed to be handed over to Ashley.
I think Ellen has a point there.
She is not going to be counterproductive in this manner. Also, she was the one who brought up the food in the first place and created this whole discussion.
Alright, then,
but
in character, Eshe will only allow you to do what you want with the body for so long, but out of character, I trust you to do what you feel is best.
Yeah, and I don't think she will need that much time, and besides that, she can remove the parts that she needs and work on them in the meantime.
You will require a significant portion of the body to use as a night soil.
Yes, but I am worried that a significant portion of the body is just as absolutely completely devoid of life and consumed as the food stores.
The body is not consumed, it's mummified.
Okay, real quick. So either we say that it's consumed and you're just going to have problems with food and we will deal with it. The body is giving you a choice here on what you can do. If we want to say that the body is too mummified to allow that, that's fine, but that guarantees that people will for penalties. Is what's happening. It's like the body is my excuse for giving you a choice here on how to make decisions.
Yeah,
I think doing what we've mentioned.
A significant portion of the body to start the process.
So I guess you can keep the head.
Yeah, I guess. If I'm allowed to keep the head, that is probably the most recognizable as a person part of the body.
I don't think the head will be very good at growing things, so that should be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
also,
to a certain extent, sorry, go on.
Nina will ask someone to start scraping the food stores for nutrients, like just scrape the gunk off the walls. We need to process those for nutrients.
Yeah,
I
we can do
imagine
that.
Will only get us started.
I imagine that fun job is going to go primarily to Esha and Percival.
I was going to say Dive should do it. She seems to know what she is doing. You know, if you were to ask my professional opinion, Dive might be our most knowledgeable.
In gardening.
Right.
I want to be scraping them all.
It sucks to suck.
The reason that I'm having Eshe do the night soil making is that she has executioner lore, and I imagine part of that would include body disposal.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Doctor, so she knows how to cut up the cadavers and how they decay, but she doesn't know how to turn them into night soil.
Yeah, actually,
I didn't realize this, but our characters are going to have tension between them from time to time because they both are people who have ideas about death and dead bodies.
Yeah. Actually, the mention of lore does remind me of something. Hatter, you can inform me if this needs to be secret or not. Hani would like to make a lore skill check on Angel. I would like to roll glitch lore, please.
Ooh, smart.
Make a secret roll.
I shall roll some secret glitch lore.
Yep.
Also, Dive would have told Hanu if Hanu has any more information on Angel, come tell her.
Oh yeah, I already have that idea. That's kind of how he's been working. I'm going to pretend this roll was good, even if it is not.
Yeah, I'm just playing absolutely.
You have a hero point.
I am pretending it is good because this hero point could save me being crit, and I would like to not be crit.
Don't you re-roll? Don't you draw a card? Yeah, don't you draw a card at the beginning of the session?
Yes.
Yeah, but at the beginning of every session, they don't roll over.
Yes, but there might be a combat this session.
God, you can use the party.
Oh!
The party!
Is everyone okay with me using the party hero point?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
I will use the party hero point that I forgot we had. Thanks.
Princess, thank you so much. Well done.
Thank you, Princess. Have another one. Hope this is good.
It's definitely better.
I rolled a 1, didn't I?
That doesn't raise much confidence.
You roll low.
Fair enough.
Something is wrong.
Yeah.
She's definitively not working the way she's supposed to. Now, notably, there was something you know. The captain was trying to alter the AI somehow. There was an argument between her and the chief engineer quite a bit. But, during that last one, something shorted out everything. It's what caused the feedback loop that blew up the engine.
She's going to kill us all, if I remember his statement.
She's going to get us all killed, yes.
Yes. However, it was a very weird statement, if I remember correctly, because he didn't say the captain. He was saying Angel. Correct?
If I remember correctly, the exact words were, she's gone mad. She's gone mad. She's trying to alter the AI. She's going to get us all killed. Then the ship rocked. He looked up. The lights went crazy. Angel! Angel! He jumped up and then fell and
bashed his head.
Bashed his head.
Humpty Dumpty